the ultimate adventure tool with all the storage to hold even more adventure tools. The all-new, adventure-ready Bronco Sport.
We've been doing a lot of driving off-road. It's a bit of an adrenaline rush, but in such a slow-paced environment, it's effectively really safe and a lot of fun. It's really important that everyone that comes out here has the respect to have a lot of fun, but not do damage. We always try and leave it cleaner than we found it.
The best way to leave your mark on the world is to hardly leave one at all. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
Years of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
The finishing touches of any off-road vehicle are the things you add to make it your own. That's why we've developed a full collection of over 70 Polaris-engineered accessories specifically designed for Pro R. Polaris. Think outside.
I got that right turn. We're good.
Let's meet up at the compound group up.
That's 10-4. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good, little driver. Straight on through.
Welcome to Baja, California. Our unique blend of cultures, cuisines, and historical influences create surprising combinations and unexpected delights around every corner. We welcome you with the most revolutionary cuisine in Mexico, complete with a sky full of magical sunsets. Welcome to the million-star hotels. If you're looking for something astonishing, we hold the most important wine regions in all of Mexico, next to the best tacos in the world. Welcome to our own revolutionary and delicious version of Chinese food. Here, the sublimely unexpected is our norm. It's our pleasure to welcome you to our beautiful state, Baja, California, where everyone is always welcome. Welcome to Baja, California. Our unique blend of cultures, cuisines, and historical influences create surprising combinations and unexpected delights around every corner. We welcome you with the most revolutionary cuisine in Mexico, complete with a sky full of magical sunsets. Welcome to the million-star hotels. If you're looking for something astonishing, we hold the most important wine regions in all of Mexico, next to the best tacos in the world. Welcome to our own revolutionary and delicious version of Chinese food. Here, the sublimely unexpected is our norm. It's our pleasure to welcome you to our beautiful state, Baja, California, where everyone is always welcome.
The ultimate adventure tool, with all the storage to hold even more adventure tools. The all-new, adventure-ready Bronco Sport.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Let's meet up at the compound group up.
That's 10-4. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good, little driver. Straight on through.
ultimate adventure tool with all the storage to hold even more adventure tools. The all-new, adventure-ready Bronco Sport.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Let's meet up at the compound group up.
That's 10-4. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good, little driver, straight on through.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here once again for the 57th Score Baja 1000. Today we have the Method Race Wheels qualifying show. I am Austin Fish-Farner, joined by Nick Eisenhower. If you guys missed the show earlier, you missed out on some trophy truck spec racing, or qualifying racing, kind of racing, right?
Yeah, they're racing. They're racing in their own regards.
Yeah, you're going for time, so you're racing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had the trophy truck specs go earlier. Right now we have the trophy trucks going out on their warm-up lap, so everybody gets to go out on their warm-up lap. They get to mark some corners, you check it out, see what they think they're going to do, and then they come back, they'll restack everybody, and we will go on the timed runs in a little while. We do have a little bit of highlights earlier if you didn't see it, so we'll show you that now. This was the trophy truck spec highlights from earlier today. All right, so here's a look at some of the times from earlier today. We had the Stephen Beal entry, the 241 was number one, but then they ended up getting a 10-second penalty, which pushed them back to the second position. So Justin Davis's entry, number 285, with Kyle Jurgensen driving, ended up taking the top finisher position earlier with a 531.1. So then in third place, we had Mason Cullen with Dickerson driving. Yeah. So that was a fast entry there. We got EJ Herbst in fourth, Travis Williams. Actually, someone was just using Travis Williams' entry there. That was one of the McNeils, TK McNeil drove.
TK McNeil driving the Tanner Russ truck, yeah.
Perfect. And we got the sixth place was the 209, Bryce Swaim, 242, seventh, Brent Fox, Maverick Gaunt, and Thor Herbst. That was a look at our top 10. You can see they were really close together. Only a couple, 1 second separating a lot of those positions there.
Yeah, those top 5 trucks are right there on top of each other, and that's usually how it does stack up when it comes to these qualifiers. You know, you're in such a short little qualifying loop that if any little thing happens, you're so far back that most of the guys that have good, clean runs end up within the same second or so.
Yeah, that's what makes it so exciting, is it's cool to see. And the race, you know, it's almost 1,000, well, it's kilometers. It's not 1,000 miles this time. It's 800 and some miles. That's a long way to go. They only did 4 miles today.
Right.
So it's crazy when the race comes down to a couple seconds, which it has a lot of these last couple years. With the spec truck class, it literally comes down to seconds at the end of the race. So it's pretty crazy. But the trophy trucks are going to be heading out soon. This is what the course looks like if you didn't see it earlier. So you start over there on the right, and then you head out, and you got a couple basically 180-degree turns back and forth, really tight turns, especially that second, and I think it's the fifth turn was one of the ones we were seeing a little bit of trouble on earlier today. But what did you think of the course earlier looking at this map?
From everything we saw here on the live stream, looking at the map, yeah, the first little bit of that is where a lot of this qualifier is make or break realistically. It's how you navigate through these hairpin 180s. We watched a lot of guys slow the trucks down, get around the corners, get out of them super quick. We watched some guys push out and put it up on the bike, blow through the berms, all that. And that's just kind of what we saw. There still is a whole nother 3 miles of course out there in the desert that we didn't quite get to see here on the live stream, but I think a lot of it make or break is right there. And you got to think too, you start this qualifier, you bobble the first couple turns, it's in the back of your head, all of a sudden you're second guessing everything you do, kind of puts a weird tone on the rest of your qualifying run.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's 34 marked corners on this qualifying lap. That's 34 corners that need to be done perfectly to be in that #1 spot. And, you know, there's a lot of really, really big names here in this trophy truck class that could take that spot.
Yeah, I think we have the qualifying order that we can run through real quick too. And we're being told that the start is going to be closer to 12:30 now. They're still going out on their practice lap. So it is going to be Bryce Menzies first. That is going to be Christopher Polvardi actually driving the Bryce Menzies vehicle. So he was going to be first off the line at 12:30. We're going to have Toby Price second, Dave Taylor third, Kevin Thompson fourth, fifth is Cameron Steele, sixth is Tracy Poole, seventh is Mikey Lawrence, eighth Dallas Luttrell, ninth Tavo Vidosla, and 10th is going to be Roberto Romo Jr. That is your top 10. Then in the Trophy Truck Legends, these are going to go after all of the regular Trophy Trucks go. It's going to be Rolf Holland there in the first spot. Then you got Tim Herbst, Gustavo Vidosla Sr. That is going to be Ricky Johnson driving there. And actually Ryan Arciero is going to be driving the Tim Herbst entry. There, Rick D. Johnson is going to be driving the Rolf Holland. So a lot of these guys are going to be a little bit different driver than what the driver of record is.
Correct.
Then you got David Payne, Clay Lawrence, and Wade Porter in the Trophy Truck Legends. There's going to be 6 that qualify today. And then there's going to be 2 additional ones in the race that didn't race the Baja 400, so they're not able to qualify the Baja 1000.
Correct. So it's a pretty stacked field, a bunch of cool names, a bunch of cool trucks. Like we've talked before, most of these trucks are all-wheel drive trucks. Most of at least the top 10 guys are going to stack up to that spot. But yeah, I think this qualifying course is going to kind of, you know, yield to those guys a little bit more than anything, just with how tight some of these turns are. And it's going to be kind of a sprint, at least in the first little bit of it. It's going to be a sprint from corner to corner to corner, and who can like accelerate out of that corner faster. Yeah,
I was looking at some of I was watching the times as they were going around on their qualifying lap. And for instance, Bryce Menzies on his pre-run lap was a 5:26 on his pre-run lap, which was the fastest time. Earlier today was a 5:25 on their timed run for the qualifiers. So
his parade lap, if you will, was 2 seconds faster,
or slower
than the fastest spec truck lap.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So these guys are going to be a lot quicker. We're definitely going to see under 5 minutes for some of these runs. There'd be probably 30 seconds at least faster with the all-wheel drive. I mean, you see all the corners, and just having all-wheel drive in corners is a huge advantage. So I know somebody that's not very happy seeing this course right now. His name is Cameron Steele. He is not going to be very happy about this course. He's probably over there yelling at Jose G right now that there's too many corners in it. But we'll see what happens. You never know what'll happen, but it's going to be fun. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to start at 12:30. We're going to see what we're going to do for you guys here. We might just leave this on the cameras and show you guys some of the qualifiers going around, because that's a long time for me and you to talk.
Right. This does buy you a little bit of time though if you're at home and you're following along on your computer. If you can go on results.scoreinternational.com/live, and you can actually see the live timing powered by Optima. The same thing Fish and I are looking at right here. It gives us we've got a first sector time, so you get about halfway around the lap. You get a breakdown of where they're at as well as a finishing time. So we're looking at the same thing you can look at home. You can follow along and kind of get an idea or feel of what we're talking about here on the camera.
Exactly. And that was Alan Ampudia that went right now on his practice lap. So that means we have 10 more cars to go on the practice lap, and that's why we're not starting until 12:30. So we're going to jump out to commercial break. We are going to stay live. This stream will stay up, so you can stay on the stream. You don't have to refresh your stream. But we're going to jump to a commercial break, and then we will be back. Don't worry, if you see cars going off the line, it's just their practice lap. We will be on here to bring you guys full coverage of as soon as the actual timed runs start. So myself and Nick will be back in just a little bit.
The ultimate adventure tool with all the storage to hold even more adventure tools. The all-new adventure-ready Bronco Sport.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Meet up at the compound group up.
10-4. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good, little driver, straight on through.
The ultimate adventure tool with all the storage to hold even more adventure tools. The all-new adventure-ready Bronco Sport.
We've been doing a lot of driving off-road. It's a bit of an adrenaline rush, but in such a slow-paced environment, it's effectively really safe and a lot of fun. It's really important that everyone that comes out here has the respect to have a lot of fun, but not do damage. We always try and leave it cleaner than we found it.
The best way to leave your mark on the world is to hardly leave one at all. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
Years of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
The finishing touches of any off-road vehicle are the things you add to make it your own. That's why we've developed a full collection of over 70 Polaris-engineered accessories specifically designed for Pro R. Polaris. Think outside.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Meet up at the compound group up.
10-4. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good, little driver, straight on through.
Welcome to Baja, California. Our unique blend of cultures, cuisines, and historical influences create surprising combinations and unexpected delights around every corner. We welcome you with the most revolutionary cuisine in Mexico, complete with a sky full of magical sunsets. Welcome to the million-star hotels. If you're looking for something astonishing, we hold the most important wine regions in all of Mexico, next to the best tacos in the world. Welcome to our own revolutionary and delicious version of Chinese food. Here, the sublimely unexpected is our norm. It's our pleasure to welcome you to our beautiful state, Baja California, where everyone is always welcome.
The ultimate adventure tool, with all the storage to hold even more adventure tools. The all-new, adventure-ready Bronco Sport.
We've been doing a lot of driving off-road. It's a bit of an adrenaline rush, but in such a slow-paced environment, it's effectively really safe and a lot of fun. It's really important that everyone that comes out here has the respect to have a lot of fun, but not do damage. We always try and leave it cleaner than we found it.
The best way to leave your mark on the world is to hardly leave one at all. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
Of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
The finishing touches of any off-road vehicle are the things you add to make it your own. That's why we've developed a full collection of over 70 Polaris-engineered accessories specifically designed for Pro R. Polaris. Think outside.
got that right turn. We're good.
Let's meet up at the compound group up.
That's 10-4. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good, little driver, straight on through.
Welcome to Baja, California. Our unique blend of cultures, cuisines, and historical influences create surprising combinations and unexpected delights around every corner. We welcome you with the most revolutionary cuisine in Mexico, complete with a sky full of magical sunsets. Welcome to the million-star hotels. If you're looking for something astonishing, we hold the most important wine regions in all of Mexico, next to the best tacos in the world. Welcome to our own revolutionary and delicious version of Chinese food. Here, the sublimely unexpected is our norm. It's our pleasure to welcome you to our beautiful state, Baja California, where everyone is always welcome.
The ultimate adventure tool, with all the storage to hold even more adventure tools. The all-new, adventure-ready Bronco Sport.
We've been doing a lot of driving off-road. It's a bit of an adrenaline rush, but in such a slow-paced environment, it's effectively really safe and a lot of fun. It's really important that everyone that comes out here has the respect to have a lot of fun, but not do damage. We always try and leave it cleaner than we found it.
The best way to leave your mark on the world is to hardly leave one at all. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
Years of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks, the leader in off-road shock technology.
The finishing touches of any off-road vehicle are the things you add to make it your own. That's why we've developed a full collection of over 70 Polaris-engineered accessories specifically designed for Pro R. Polaris. Think outside.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Meet up at the compound group up.
That's 10-4. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good, little driver. Straight on through.
Welcome to Baja, California. Our unique blend of cultures, cuisines, and historical influences create surprising combinations and unexpected delights around every corner. We welcome you with the most revolutionary cuisine in Mexico, complete with a sky full of magical sunsets. Welcome to the million-star hotels. If you're looking for something astonishing, we hold the most important wine regions in all of Mexico, next to the best tacos in the world. Welcome to our own revolutionary and delicious version of Chinese food. Here, the sublimely unexpected is our norm. It's our pleasure to welcome you to our beautiful state, Baja California, where everyone is always welcome. Welcome to Baja, California. Our unique blend of cultures, cuisines, and historical influences create surprising combinations and unexpected delights around every corner. We welcome you with the most revolutionary cuisine in Mexico, complete with a sky full of magical sunsets. Welcome to the million-star hotels. If you're looking for something astonishing, we hold the most important wine regions in all of Mexico, next to the best tacos in the world. Welcome to our own revolutionary and delicious version of Chinese food. Here, the sublimely unexpected is our norm. It's our pleasure to welcome you to our beautiful state, Baja, California, where everyone is always welcome.
The ultimate adventure tool, with all the storage to hold even more adventure tools. The all-new, adventure-ready Bronco Sport.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Let's meet up at the compound group up.
That's 10-4. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good, little driver, straight on through.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here once again bringing you coverage of the 57th score Baja 1000. Today we have the Method Race Wheels qualifier going on. I am Austin Fishfarner, joined by Nick Eisenhower all day today. Hopefully you guys grabbed some lunch and you're ready to watch some more trophy truck action. We had some trophy truck specs start off earlier today. Everything went really well. It actually went really fast. We didn't have any issues. Nobody really blew a corner much. Nobody spun out. Nobody rolled. It was really good. So we're going to knock on some wood. This isn't really wood, but we'll knock on some. Oh, here's some wood to cherish.
There you go.
All right. Well, hopefully the second half of the day goes as smoothly as the first half did. So we do have the grid that we can show you guys. This is what the starting order is going to look like. They're supposed to start at about 12:30. So you can see right here they're just finishing up their practice lap. It's going to be Bryce Menzies' truck number 1 is starting at number 1, but it's not going to be Bryce behind the wheel for the first time.
Nope, Christopher Pulvardi,
yes,
old machine.
Bryce Menzies has started every race in his own truck at the Baja 1000, I believe, until now. So something a little different there from the Menzies team, putting the second driver in first. Toby Price is starting in the Paul Wheel entry. So Toby is going to qualify it, and he is Mr. Qualifier. I think he's qualified first at every single race, ty not one time.
Every single race in the entire world.
Yeah, he's fast, very fast. Toby's
NASCAR,
insane.
All of it. Fastest guy there.
Pretty fast at Dakar too. He's going to go second. We got Dave Taylor's going to be third. Fourth is going to be Kevin Thompson, and that is Kevin driving today.
Correct.
Sometimes Harley qualifies, sometimes Kevin does, but Kevin is going to go today. Fifth is going to be Cameron Steele. Sixth is Tracy Poole. Seventh is Mikey Lawrence. Eighth is going to be Dallas Luttrell. Ninth is going to be Tavo Vidosla. And 10th is going to be Roberto Romo Jr. That is your top 10 qualifiers. There is more than that. We do have 20 total in that class. Then after that class goes, we're going to have the Trophy Truck Legends go. First off the line is going to be the 37L, and that is going to be Rick D. Johnson driving that truck today. The second off the line is going to be the 19L, and that is going to be Ryan Arciero qualifying that truck. The next one is going to be Gustavo Vidosla Sr., but it's going to be Ricky Johnson. So we have two Rick Johnsons in the top 3 here. So Ricky Johnson, Supercross Ricky Johnson, is going to be driving the 1L. Then we have David Payne, Clay Lawrence with LR, Larry Rossler, going to be qualifying that one 5th. And then Wade Porter is going to be our last qualifier today. And that's what it's going to look like. And I just saw Wade Porter look like he was about to pull up to the line right there before that cutout and start his his pre-run lap. So that means we're almost ready for timed runs because he's the last one to go out for a practice
And
lap.
sitting here, we've been here looking at the Optima timing grid, and we've been watching the practice laps. And what Fish and I noticed is that most of these guys' practice laps are pretty close to the spec truck qualifying laps.
Yeah.
So we should be, in store for some pretty quick laps.
Yeah, this course has a lot of turns on it. There's a lot of turns, and these all-wheel drive trucks and trophy trucks they literally have twice the horsepower.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
What does a spec truck have? How much horsepower is it?
525 is what the motor makes.
525 is what they're making. These engines are over 1,100. Some have 1,200. It depends on what engine they have in there. They're all over 1,000 horsepower nowadays. It seems like in the trophy trucks.
My favorite thing about the trophy trucks like trend right now is the swing to big blocks. All the big blocks coming back. I love big blocks.
Goes in a circle,
cool.
right? The big blocks used to be a thing. Then everybody thought it was too heavy and too much, and then they went to small blocks. Now they're going back. Some are still doing small blocks. Some aren't. It just depends. You
really
got the Gibbs engines that are rev up really high. And lots of different stuff going on. All really fun, and it's fun for us to sit here and watch with you guys, and we're going to see some action. We got some drones out on course today. We got some ground cameras. It's going to be exciting. This is out at Rancho Nelson, just outside of Ensenada. So right by where the race is going to start. The timed race actually starts in this exact same spot on Friday. The ceremonial start is in downtown Ensenada. Then they parade out of town. It's getting a little bit too crowded in town. We can't really race out of town anymore. It's tough. I know some people like racing out of town, but the wash it was fun going through the wash, but it was pluses and minuses. For those of you that don't know, it used to start in a dirt wash literally at the start line, and you would go, but it would always be wet no matter what. It was perfectly dry out, and then the day before, all of a sudden the wash got flooded
full
somehow.
of water. Yeah.
So you'd start and your whole truck would look like just blacked out right away. So you wouldn't see anybody on the truck. The stickers weren't on there. Like you couldn't see who it was. So it wasn't that great. And the water was not clean water a lot of times either.
Usually not.
So this is where they do the time start at now. It's a little bit different, but it makes it exciting. And it's fun to have an infield section with some jumps and a little bit of spectating. You can go out there on race day. You guys can go out to Rancho Nelson. It is open to the public to go out there and spectate. They set up, they have food out there. They got drinks out there. They got beer out there. So it's a good spot to go out and watch if you're wondering where to go watch the race from.
And you can hang out and watch that big old jump.
Yeah,
there's a big jump.
Couple jumps. You're going to see them in just a little bit.
Big old jump.
Big jumps. Everybody likes jumps, right?
Right.
So, all right, looking at this entry list, we always do this. We got to pick.
Let's take Toby off. Toby's not an option.
Toby,
we get to pick Toby.
Okay,
Sorry,
nobody
Toby.
gets to pick Toby because that's too easy. He's won every time here at Qualifier, so we're scratching Toby from our picks that we're allowed to pick.
Okay.
So who are you going to pick? You got to pick. Let's pick two each. You can pick one, and then I'll pick one. Who do you think is going to be your top qualifier here behind Toby?
I'm going to have to go with Christopher Polvardi. Is going to be my number one pick, honestly. And then after him...
Well, hold on. I'm going to pick one.
Go.
We're going to rotate here.
Yep.
All right. So it is tough because not everybody that's driver record is driving today.
Right,
so
right.
that you got to look at that when we're picking here. The one I'm going to go with, and I do have a little side bet on this one, so Tavo, don't cost me some money here. I'm going to pick Tavo today. I think he's going to go for it. He had a little spin out in qualifying last time.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of bugging him probably, and I think he's going to set down a heater today. So I'm going to take Tavo as my first pick there.
Okay. Do we get second pick?
Yeah. Go for your second pick.
I'm going to have to go with the 23 with Andy McMillan
That's
driving
who
the
my
Dan
second
McMillan
pick was going to be.
Oh, you let me go first. I get to take the good ones.
I was hoping you wouldn't notice Andy was driving down there
I
on the
noticed.
side,
I seen the name right there.
Yeah.
So that's an exciting mix-up. Like we had talked earlier, that Dan's been driving all the qualifiers this year.
Yeah.
And so this will be the first time Andy's qualifying that truck. And we know Andy's a fast guy. He's no slouch. So pretty excited to see how he does here on this quick little lap.
Yeah, definitely.
So now you got to pick another one.
I know. I was like, now you threw me off. Now I got to look at the thing again. Well, all right. Well, I'm sticking with the theme here. Since I picked Tavo for the first one, I'm going to go with the other crazy Mexican out there, Alan Ampudia.
Okay.
Those guys are both nuts. They go for it. And I'll take Alan as my second pick there. But not to be left out is something different today. I did notice also, like we talked about Andy's first time. So Luke is not qualifying today either. So Luke McMillan is racing with Rob McCachran, and Rob McCachran is qualifying the 83 today. Now, normally when you talk to Luke McMillan, he doesn't actually tell you that he ever is trying to go for that top spot. He actually wants to be back a few spots. Whether he's telling us the truth or not, I kind of think he is probably.
Yeah.
I don't know if Rob Mack's going to go with that same strategy. Is Rob Mack going to push it? Is he going to try to go for one, or is he going to be content with 3 to 5 or so?
I don't know. I mean, whatever Rob does is probably the right move. He's won a lot lot of Baja 1000s and a lot of desert races in his time. So whatever he chooses, probably a good pull. Somebody else we're kind of not thinking about here is the 89, the Mike Walser entry with Ray Griffith driving.
Yes.
So Ray will be qualifying the Walser truck, and Ray's super darn fast. Very, very fast in a spec truck, and extremely fast in the Walser entry all year long. And, you know, he's a short course guy, spent a lot of time snapping trucks around, and this is a great qualifying lap to kind of feed that driving style. So
yeah,
that'd be an exciting one to kind of see how that stacks up.
And, you know, speaking of Walser, that is kind of a team that a lot of us are pulling for this race. You know, Mike came out, he put a video out earlier this week. He's been dealing with cancer for a while, and he's been going through treatments, and he's been doing chemo and everything. He actually was doing chemo during the Baja 1000 or Baja 400, stopped doing it so he could come race. So he's been back and forth. He did announce that this is going to be his last race, the Baja 1000 this year. So we're hoping that Mike Walser and the Walser team has a really good race, and you know, he can kind of send it out on the top, you know, get on the podium. He was third last year, so he's just got to get a couple spots higher this year and send it out. But you know, we want to wish the Mike and the whole Walser crew, you know, good luck and best of luck, you know, with this health, everything that's going on too. Hopefully maybe that takes a turnaround, and then we see Mike come back and do some more racing. That would be good.
Hopefully.
But yeah, so that we do have, I think we have a clip of Christopher Polvardi earlier in the Bryce Menzies truck. We'll see if we can pull that up for you guys. So one thing that we noticed about this truck, each side of the truck is different, right? They have their own sponsor stickers on each side of the truck. Bryce has his sponsor stickers on the driver's side, and then Christopher has his sponsor stickers on the passenger side. So it's kind of funny.
Something I didn't even notice. I was just talking about the overall like design of the truck and how much I appreciated it. And Fish brought it up. He's like, "Well, did you see the stickers?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And because, well, if they both only posted one side of the car, it makes total sense now. I think that's a great way to kind of keep all the partners and all the other people involved in your program happy throughout the whole thing.
Definitely, yeah. That's a good way to do it, and it's fun because you know, a lot of teams nowadays you kind of have to pick your second driver for these races based off of your sponsors
and your partners, and how it all works.
Which kind of it's good and bad. It's kind of bad because it limits who you are able to choose from with who's on your team. Like for instance, a BFG guy is not going to probably have a Yokohama guy come and drive with him, right? Or Yokohama guy is not going to have a BFG guy drive. So with Bryce, we see they're both, him and Christopher are both Toyo guys, so that makes sense. They're both driving together.
If we look here, looks like we got Christopher off the start line. Here's our first truck, first trophy truck, taking a rip.
Right on time at 12:35.
Yeah, and so if you're just tuning in too here, if you didn't watch the spec trucks earlier, the beginning of this qualifying lap is pretty tricky. It's a bunch of like 180 U-turns, and I think a lot of time can be made or lost right here in these U-turns. So we're going to U-turn here to the left, it goes straight back down, to the U-turns back down to the right. So keeping your speed, keeping your momentum, doing exactly what Christopher's doing right there is the perfect way to get around that corner. That Mason all-wheel drive truck just digs, and no matter what direction you point it, it goes there.
Yeah, we are definitely seeing much higher speeds out of these trucks already just compared to the specs earlier out of the corners. That's crazy how much faster these guys are.
Yeah, that thing is just taking off. You gotta think that truck coming out of that corner in the dirt is probably quicker than a lot of people's hoopties that they daily drive to work.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting up there. He's going for it.
And see, that's the difference there when we were watching earlier on with the spec trucks. The spec trucks would hit those corners and almost put them up on the bike. And if you watch Christopher here, he went through there and he had enough power and enough bite. He just pulled right through that corner and knocked the top of that berm off.
And that corner right there was one of the hardest corners earlier. We saw a lot of people blow that corner, and you saw that truck just, like you said, when you're in the corner and you get back on the gas and the all-wheel drive, it just pulls you right through the corner. The rear end doesn't slide out as much, it just makes it so much faster. Right here's another good example coming around that. Looking really good, looking smooth so far.
Yeah, and it should shift a little to the right here, and then we've got that big jump Fish and I were talking about earlier. Most of the spec truck guys went pretty good off of it, so excited to see how Christopher does here this one.
Let's see how far he sends it.
Oh,
there it is.
Man, that's a good one.
Oh,
who's this man? Get this man's out of the way.
Get him out of the way.
Oh my gosh.
Look, going wide. This is good.
I didn't see that guy's media pass, did you?
No. Hits the apex. A little bit too wide there at the end. Not bad. We saw Kyle Jurgensen did that corner really well earlier today. He's the best one that I've seen do that corner so far. All right, what does he do here? Does he go straight or does he keep it in the edge? All right, pretty much
thought
on
about
course.
it.
That's good.
Yeah, because we did have a little discussion. We did see Sean Geiser get knocked down a couple points on his, or a couple seconds on his qualifying lap for cutting a corner. We're not sure which corners he was deducted time for, but
you got 10 seconds.
10
penalty,
seconds,
which
yeah,
is a lot in qualifying.
Big time gap there. So I know a lot of these trophy truck guys saw that, caught wind of that, and they're unsure which corners they're allowed to, fudge a little bit here and there. So
yeah,
if it was me and it's the Baja 1000 on the line, and if I was Christopher driving somebody else's truck, I'm going to follow the rules and probably stick it. Stick between the lines and try and drive the best I can.
The difference between starting first and starting third or third and fifth at the Baja 1000 is not that big of a deal.
Right.
When you have that many miles to go, it is not that big of a deal. I mean, first is always good because you do get clean air, so you do definitely want to be first. But even if you don't, it's a long way to go, and it's not that big of a deal.
Man, look at the amount of just sheer material being moved by that truck.
Yeah, so all right, so halfway through, he's at 229. So 229. What were we at earlier?
240 was the fastest. 242 was the fastest we saw.
So over
for
10 seconds.
And here's Toby Price here in the Paul Wheel truck.
Yep, Toby Price.
We'll see. Maybe we can get you a little comparison here between him and Christopher.
So this is this could very well be our two fastest qualifiers going 1 and 2 right here today. Or at least guys are going to be up at the top if they have clean runs. So we're definitely going to get a good idea of what a low time is going to be today once these two guys finish. So Toby Price looking good. Looking good so far.
It's just so cool what you can do with those trucks that you can't do with a rear-wheel drive car.
Oh, definitely.
You stick the front end where you want it, you get on the gas, and once that front end locks in, it takes off.
A little bit more forgiving, definitely, too. Yeah. It's stoked for Toby because I did see, recently he finally got a T1 ride at the Dakar.
Right,
so
right.
Congratulations
he's been
on
that.
Butt in trucks over here, and finally they took notice a little bit. He's won a couple Dakars, or he's won Dakar before on a bike, but now he's moving up. He's going up to the T1 class. It's going to be fun to watch him this year. That was pretty good through that corner right there.
Very good. This is a quick run.
Yeah, I want to see how he does that corner after the big jump, because that's been the one that you can kind of go wide, and if you hit that apex just right, like Jurgensen did earlier, you can really make up a couple seconds in that corner, I feel like.
So just watching here, it almost looks like Toby's a little bit more collected than Christopher was early on. If you watch Christopher come through some of the stuff, he's a little more sideways, like I said, moving a little bit more material, which is normally what we see from Toby Price. So it's kind of interesting to see a little bit more of a calm, collected qualifying run from Toby.
Here's that corner right here. Let's see. So he's going wide. Let's see how fast he comes out of it. Pretty good.
Fast.
That was pretty good, yeah.
Maybe Toby's been driving go-karts. We don't know.
Yeah. So look, he's going wide again here. Oh, that's the widest we've seen anybody go right there, I think.
Yeah, just setting up better for this right here, maybe.
Yep. Now, how straight does he go? That's the question. All right, he's going
all the way
for
through.
It. Not too, yeah.
He's close on
that line's kind of merging into the middle now.
We got a time here for Christopher.
There we go. What do we
guess?
got?
5 minutes and 9 seconds.
5:09 for Christopher Polvardi. 4:57 is the last. So 5:09, 4:57. So that is going to be quite a bit faster. Their first one earlier was 30 something?
Right.
So about 20 seconds faster.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive.
We have a halfway time for Toby Price. He's at 2:31.
Okay.
So he's 2 seconds behind where Bryce Menzies, where Christopher was right now at the halfway mark.
So we got the 26 of Dave Taylor here lining up. I believe he's got the Pullmans driving with him, right? That's their plan for the 1,000. Yeah, they've been doing good on social. Been watching all their pre-run videos and all that stuff. And they seem to be having a great time down there.
They definitely do have a good time. Yeah, they have John Hoffman. That Hoffman Motorsports does all their prep for both teams, and then he does all their logistics for them.
You gotta think big picture. Like we always say, nobody's making a living doing this stuff. You gotta come down here and have fun.
You gotta be having fun at it, right? Yeah. If you come down to Baja with the wrong attitude, you're not gonna last very long, honestly. No one's gonna want to be on your team. It's not gonna be much fun. You gotta come down there and have fun in Baja. And you got to do your job too. These guys are spending a lot of money on these vehicles now. So these top teams, they get all these guys. They have upwards of, some people have almost 100 people on their crew. That's versus Baja 1000 between two different teams. You have 100 people down there, so everybody just needs to be on point, do their job, and have fun.
Which is something, if this is your first time experiencing off-road racing or any sort of desert racing of sorts, that's something you don't really think about. Is you do any other discipline of racing, whether it be road racing, circle track racing, kart racing, whatever it be, you don't think about your pit crew. You have maybe 3 or 4 guys that help you out with this, cars
Paid
on the track.
professionals.
Yeah, but when you come desert racing, it's like you've got a lot of pits and a lot of ground to cover. You need a bunch of people, a lot of equipment, and all those dudes, quote unquote, per se, they all got to be pretty versed in everything they got going on. They got to be able to change a tire, fix a truck, fuel a truck, do whatever. So it's pretty hard to find a crew of just general mechanic guys that want to spend 4 days down in Mexico chasing a truck around in the dirt.
Definitely. And that's the difference between winning a Baja 1000 and not. You know, if you have a Baja 1000 win, you have earned it. That is for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in any of the competitive classes, like just getting the truck to the finish is huge. And one little mistake at a pit, you know, somebody leaves a lug nut loose and then it breaks the studs off, or just any little thing along the way can really have a massive effect on the results.
Whoa, there we go.
That's a good send right there.
The biggest jump of a trophy truck so far.
It is. So that's a two-wheel drive truck. Our first two-wheel drive we've seen so far. We'll see where they are. Should be coming to halfway in about 30 seconds or so.
It was quick around that corner there too. Just carry the momentum around, snap through. We should see a Toby Price time here pretty soon. This should be him coming into the finish.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't clicked off yet, actually.
Right there.
There it is.
Oh, wow, 5:17.
5:17, all right.
Oh,
so
wow.
Christopher Polvardi, 8 seconds faster than Toby Price so far. So your pick is looking pretty good.
Yeah, like I was saying, like, I mean, the kid's fast.
Yeah, well, we know he's fast.
We chased him around in Spec
doubt.
Truck for a long time. Nobody could catch the guy. Now
Right?
he's in a truck with way more horsepower and all 4 wheels turn.
And 2 wheels turning,
yeah.
2 more wheels. Yeah. All right, so next on the line is going to be the Kevin Thompson entry. It is Kevin driving today. Harley Lettner is also part of the team. He's going to be their second driver, like always. The number 70 will be going off the line in a minute. And Dave Taylor halfway is at 2:49 right now. So it's about 20 seconds off the pace of the leader right now, halfway through. Here goes Kevin Thompson. Another Mason all-wheel drive here off the line. Oh, going a little deep there.
You think that's the brand new truck? When they just shot, I've seen those tulip pictures and all that stuff.
I don't know,
pretty.
honestly. Yeah. I wouldn't think they would race a brand new one here, but maybe. Somebody will probably text us any second and tell us if that's a brand new truck or not. They have 2. It's always nice when you have 2, right? 2 Mason all-wheel drives.
Yeah, one of us is going to get a text like, how do you not know that it's this one? Can't you tell by where the jack is mounted? 3/8 of an inch off to the left? Okay.
Exactly. So Kevin had a little issue at qualifying during the Baja 400 here. He stayed on the gas a little bit too long coming off one of the jumps and blew up the rear end, but you'll see if he's learned from that mistake today. Let off the gas in the air. Get a little wide there.
Well, they ended up having a pretty solid finish at the 400. Obviously, they're sitting here. They landed 4th, so that's probably one of their better finishes of the year. So
yeah,
maybe starting from the back, just kind of picking guys off and cruising through might be the move.
Yep. We'll see.
We'll see how he does on the big jump.
All right, it's the new truck. Just got confirmation.
Okay,
Thanks to
there it
Aloha
is.
Jeff. There it is.
Who'd you get that from?
Aloha
Oh,
Jeff.
no.
Oh, man. That's that corner. See,
It is. Are we going through the tires?
Oh.
What's in the tires?
Oh,
my gosh.
no.
We're taking tires with us.
Oh, boy. That's the first one we've seen blow that corner today.
It is.
It's tough because it's downhill into it.
Right.
Like you're coming in a lot faster than you were on your practice lap.
Right.
And it's more than a 90. It's about a, what is it, about a 120 or something? It's a pretty tough corner.
And we watched a couple of the Spec Truck guys do the exact same thing, which is, you know, somewhat to be expected with Spec Trucks, you know. A little underpowered if you don't get snapped right around perfectly. There we go.
Sounded like he let off the gas that time. That was good. All right, let's see how he does on the top corner here. Going in wide.
There you go. Get after it. There we go.
I
feel bad for those dudes sitting on the outside of that turn. Must be their first time in the desert.
I wouldn't be sitting on the outside of that turn. You shouldn't sit on the outside of any turn ever if you guys are watching this now. Please, if you're spectating, never go on the outside of a turn. Always go on the inside of a turn if you want to continue spectating very long in life. All right, so Dave Taylor, we should be getting a finish time for him in about 20 seconds or so. We'll let you know what his time is. And then next up off the line is going to be another two-wheel drive. So we're kind of going back and forth here between all-wheel drive and two-wheel drive. We're going to have Cameron Steele in the number 16.
Yokohama teammate
next.
Right there.
There you go.
Hope for the best for him. Cameron's probably got more Baja miles than most of these guys.
Oh, for sure.
Most of it being leisure, but a lot of it being racing.
Yeah.
All of his rip trips, if you will.
Yes.
On the motos and in the Raptors and all that. Yeah, I think so.
All right, so Dave Taylor coming into the finish here. Get a time for him any second as soon as he crosses those flags right there, and he's in with a 6:03.
Not so bad. There's Cameron taking off.
Cameron Steele out on course. So he teamed up with somebody new that he hasn't teamed up with before. He's with Dave Mason Jr., Yokohama teammate, also of his. Doesn't have a ton of time in trucks, specifically. Has big a lot of time in buggies. Big buggy guy. He's won the Nora 500 last year. He did okay this year at it, but he's got a lot of time. He does have quite a bit of time in Baja, just not in a trophy truck.
Right.
So he's going to be doing part of the race for Cameron. Cameron's obviously starting because Cameron is qualifying today. So we got him and Cody Stewart in there, longtime navigator. Looking pretty good so far. Was that the tire one?
No,
that's not yet.
That's coming up here. So we'll go left here, then we'll go through that little canyon deal.
Let's see how he does around the tire turn. Kevin Thompson halfway through is at a 2:42.
Okay, not terrible, especially after having the bobble here. We'll see how Cameron navigates this one. This is the goofy turn. Yep, slow it down.
There you go.
Straight and shoot, there you go.
Okay, pretty good. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Cameron's time does because he's one of the top drivers left in a two-wheel drive. You know, most of them have all-wheel drive now. A lot of the guys that have won a Baja 1000. Cameron's won a Baja 1000 before. So almost everyone else is in an all-wheel drive now. So it'll be interesting to see what Cameron's time is today, being one of the top two-wheel drive guys left.
Interesting to see how big he hits his jump.
Oh, he's gonna go for it. Oh, he checked up a little bit. Still pretty good though. Flew good.
Jeez.
Looks good. I don't think anybody's getting to the ditch today though.
It's not very minimal-ish of him.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Pretty good. Not bad. It's hard to tell from that angle how fast he was going because he was like right below you. So Kevin Thompson will be coming in with a finish time pretty soon, and we'll have that for you guys. Cameron Steele out on course. We have 20 trophy trucks going today, and then we have 6 spec trucks. There is more than that entered in the race, but you did have to race the Baja 400 in order to qualify today. So we have looks like about 8 or 9 more trophy trucks that are going to be in the race, and 2 spec trucks that are going to be in the race that won't be qualifying today. Or Legends, I mean. Yeah, Legends, you're right.
All right, Kevin Thompson here coming through the timing loop.
There he is, 5:39. So third place, 5:39 for Kevin Thompson.
Pretty good.
5:39.
Not bad for bobbling in the corner there.
39. Yeah, blew one corner pretty bad. Definitely cost a couple seconds. We'll see how that comes into play later in the day.
Next, we'll have the 85 entry of Mikey Lawrence driving the. Oh, nope, we got the 78 of Tracy Poole.
Yeah, Tracy Poole is next, and then Lawrence.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong list.
All good.
You're
only off by one car.
I'm off.
So we have Cameron. His halfway point time is in 2:44.
Okay.
So 2:44.
Respect.
I mean, with this many corners, this is an all-wheel drive track for sure. 78, Tracy Poole coming around here.
Geyser G6 truck. Nice.
No spares.
No spares. Sounds mean though, I'll tell you what.
Opted to go with less weight in the back.
Got the Starlink. Where's the onboard? Where's the in-car is what I want to know.
Everybody has the Starlink now.
I don't have so.
What?
I got one at the shop.
What is wrong with you?
We just got really bad internet at the shop, so we're on for there.
You don't have one on your race car?
No.
What?
Then everybody's gonna know my secrets.
Oh my gosh. You don't have to show everybody. There's that turn again. Oh, no, he blew it.
Oh no!
Get
Straighten it
back
out.
on the track. All right.
Gather it.
Oh
no! The tires.
The other side. Well, that's one way to throw some dust up, I guess.
Oh no!
So that is actually. It looks like R.J. Stidham. How do you say his last name?
Stidham. Yeah.
Stidham is driving today. So we won't be yelling at Tracy for that. No. Tracy's probably like, that's not me.
Yeah. RJ's fast, I'll tell you what. Yeah. Same thing, we have raced with him in a spec truck. He actually drives a mid-engine spec truck. It's like an old Porter chassis.
Okay.
And, oh, there you go, big old jumper. Cool dude. He's a regular old hard-working guy, preps his own stuff, does all that. definitely a fun guy to compete with. So
Yeah.
cool to see him out here in the trophy truck doing his thing. Probably not used to having all that horsepower. That's probably what's going on.
A little different, huh?
Yeah.
A little different animal. So Cameron Steele should be coming into the finish probably in about 20 seconds or so. Probably going to be right around a 5:38 to 40, something like that would be my guess, maybe.
5:42.
5:42 you're going with? All right, let's see. Let's see what
I'm
he
just
comes in
literally,
with.
there's no data behind these numbers. I'm just picking numbers at this point.
Yeah. All right, so Cameron, there he is. 5:46.
Dang,
all right,
that was close.
5:46. You were closer than me. All right, Cameron Steele, 5:46. That puts him just behind Kevin Thompson and right in front of Dave Taylor right now. We've only had 5 cars go so far. We are currently on our 6th on course, and there you go. There's Mikey Lawrence,
There it
who
is.
we were looking for before.
Yep, the 85, the 19 Industries truck of Mikey Lawrence.
So Mikey Lawrence, the 85, it is Mikey driving, according to our sheet. Another two-wheel drive truck there, right? Two-wheel drive Herbst truck?
Yep.
Or
Right,
19
Industries, yeah.
That's like trying to call Twitter X. It's just going to be called Twitter. Like this is a Herbst truck. It's like always a Herbst truck. Good luck trying to call it 19 Industries. All right, halfway through we have Tracy Poole is at 250. So 250 for the 78 halfway through.
Mikey Lawrence here, heading into this goofy turn.
Yeah, there's
seems to be catching everybody up.
Oh, he checked way up.
Nice, yeah.
See, that's the way to do it right there.
In the two-wheel drive, I think that's the move.
Yeah, almost come to a stop because it's such a tight turn there, and just flick it around the corner and then get going again.
And
try to come in there with speed, you just blow that corner right out.
And you can see from this angle here just how great the elevation changes are through all this. You know, when you get the big aerial shot straight down, it looks like they're just driving on regular flat fire roads, but you really got to think like that's a 3-car high elevation change right there, and then back down, and you're trying to navigate through all that. Oh. All right. That looks like the spot. You catch me right there under one of them blue easy ups, kicking back. Watch some race cars go flying by.
Yeah.
Following the Tracy Poole entry here.
Yeah, see, this
That's
is
a
that
fun
angle
little
you're talking
chicane,
about. It's hard to tell if there's any elevation change. It just looks flat from that angle.
Man, oh man. That thing just moved. Oh boy. That's a cool shot of the qualifying loop I don't think we've seen so far today. Yeah, you can just see how technical it gets. You get ahead of yourself there, you start pushing too hard, you end up in weird predicaments. Especially something as technical as this, you know, you start at the beginning of it, yeah, you've got the big 180s, but it's pretty wide open. You got to check up for the big turns, but other than that, you're kind of just hanging loose. But then you start getting down into these trees and things get a little bit more technical. So you kind of got to understand how to keep your head level-headed about the whole deal and kind of make sure you keep the wheels pointed in the right direction.
Definitely. And time for Mikey Lawrence halfway is 2:49.
We should have
same as Dave Taylor was halfway, 2:49.
We got all right, we got a 21 truck, a Tavo, taking off here. It was a cool new paint job. Looks like he took a couple tires with him off the start. It's all right.
Yeah, here we go. This was my pick, right? This is my #1 pick here. So Tavo, big shout out to Tavo. You know, the has real paint on the truck, real hand painted, paint on there, which is pretty cool. You don't really see that much anymore. And I'm not a real big religious person. I know that's kind of what that one is, but it looks awesome. Like just the attention to detail and everything on that truck is pretty rad. Tavo did that last year, a couple years ago, with another paint job that was real paint, that was really detailed. It's awesome. These guys are spending $1 million on these trucks. Like, come out with it looking good, right? Like, do some nice paint jobs on there at that. So big shout out to Tavo and whoever did that on that truck. It's pretty cool seeing the attention to detail like that. I wish more guys would do that.
Right. I'm just having a hard time like associating the blue with Tavo driving. I'm so used to it being
red.
Red, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing more iconic than that red and white with the checkerboard splitting it up. You know, those old, the old like Laughlin clips of them with the big wing with the number plate on it, jumping off the big jumps. Like, when I think of Tavo and his family, that's what I think of. Is just that red, white with the checkered splitter. Like, oh man.
All right, Tracy Poole is in with a 5:58.916. So 5th place currently out of 6 for Tracy Poole. See how Tavo's looking here.
Tavo's looking fast. Honestly, he's looking very very Boulevardy-ish, if you will.
That's good. Let's see how he does this corner here. He didn't go quite as wide.
That's where he flat spun last year, wasn't it?
It was coming the other direction.
Yeah.
Much better this year, or much better this race.
Right.
Going that way.
Yeah, and that's a good corner there. Picked up some speed, shot straight out of it.
All right, how straight does he make this?
I'd go straight.
Pretty straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that line's kind of just been getting straighter all day. Depends on where you go. All right, so he's now.
Oh no!
He blew that a little bit.
Yeah, you got to think right there when you cut into the trees.
That's tough
there.
because it's like a hard left, and it probably is really hard to see coming into it because of the trees
shade and everything.
Yeah, and it's like a 90-degree left down into the trees.
Almost took out Binkert's F-150 down there.
Was that Bink over there?
Yeah.
Probably got a pretty good shot of that then.
Right.
All right, so Mikey Lawrence should be coming into the finish pretty soon. We'll have time for him. So Tavo Vidosola at the halfway point is at 2:37.8. Boulevardy was at 2:29. So he's a little bit off of the top pace right now of Christopher Boulevardy.
Yeah. Price and Thompson were at 2:31, and then Thompson was at a 2:42. So it puts him right there on track to be in the 3rd position at the halfway point. But we'll see how it stacks up the second half of this run.
Here goes Roberto Romo Jr.
The ex-Luke McMillan racer engineering truck.
Another 2-wheel drive truck.
Yeah.
Feels like every other truck is 2-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, the way it's stacked up today. It's
Which is, you know, in this, I think this qualifying order is based on the 400's finishing results. So it just goes to show, as much as we sit here and talk about how big of a benefit the Mason all-wheel drive or just an all-wheel drive truck is in general, it goes to show that when it comes down to 400 plus miles of off-road racing, the 2-wheel drives can work their way out.
Yeah.
The qualifying, yes, it shows that the all-wheel drive is the fastest option, but in the long desert race, things break. You know, it's a game of averages, and if you're faster here, faster there, faster everywhere, it helps out at the end.
Definitely. And the only difference in the order today would be some of these guys teamed up together.
True.
Did finish ahead of some of these other cars. That's how some of these guys are up a little bit higher. Like if you look at Dave Taylor, did not finish 3rd.
No.
Christopher Boulevardy and Bryce are driving together.
Yes.
So that's, one there.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a time for Mikey Lawrence, 6:06.813.
Puts him in the 7th spot. We got a split time already. We talked for Tavo with the 2:37, so he should be coming through here sooner than later. Yeah, I think this Roberto Romo truck here, the ex-Luke McMillan racer, definitely knows its way around Mexico and knows its way to the top of the podium.
Yeah, it's won a couple Baja 1000s.
Just a couple. And Roberto doesn't seem to be no slouch either. He's a fast driver. He seems to get this truck put in the right places at the right times, and he's had a pretty good track record. You just got to put it all together and try and get that one big finish.
Yeah, the Baja 1000 is such a long race that you really have to be there at the finish. You could be fast, you could be that doesn't mean anything. Right. Your truck is just getting started halfway through your journey. You got to keep that thing together and get it to the finish. And this year, it is going to be a little bit tougher on the second half of the race because that's where the whoops are. Like San Felipe section, they're not going to that side first. They're going down the coast first. So by the time your truck gets all the way over there to San Felipe, it's already got over 500 miles on that truck. Now you got to go through the big whoops in San Felipe and do that whole section in. So it's going to be tough. I would almost bet that the person that is leading when they come to San Felipe is probably not going to be the person that is leading the race at the end, depending on how hard they're pushing their car. Right. There's Justin Lofton there.
Yeah, 41 truck here. Another Mason all-wheel drive. Lofton's always a quick qualifier.
So we didn't see Dallas Luttrell go.
No, we did not.
Possibly, right? He did not go on my thing yet. We'll see if he's maybe ahead of Lofton here, but it doesn't look like it. No, it looks like Lofton's going to be next. All right, so Dallas Luttrell was next on our list, but he is going to be a non-qualifier, which is fine. If you don't qualify today, you don't have to. You can start the race tomorrow. You'll just start behind everybody that did qualify today.
Should we get a time here pretty soon? Oh, we did. Where's our Tavo time? Oh,
yeah,
just
Tavo.
like I said, right there in third place with a
Third.
5 minutes 31.3.
All right, 5:31.
Yeah, very impressive time there.
2:66 for Tavo. So third place for Tavo. That's a pretty big gap actually between Tavo and the Toby there.
Right. I mean, that's almost to be assumed based off Toby's standard qualifying gap. I think Christopher just had one of those days, you know.
Christopher definitely went
Put
for
down
it.
a hot
I mean, he
lap.
looked like he was driving
Yeah.
hard too, right? The truck was getting off the sides. It was a little bit, you know, it looked like it was going fast. And the times do say that.
See if Justin Lofton can do something cool. Another hot foot here.
It's funny because a lot of these guys that are driving these trophy trucks now, some of them used to be really, really fast and really crazy.
Oh.
And as I say that, Justin Lofton, I was going to say Justin Lofton, maybe he doesn't fall in this category yet. I was going to say some of these guys are getting a little bit older now.
Sure.
And they've tamed it down a little bit as compared to when they were younger. Maybe Tavo, you know, even Bryce, and just some of these guys are taming down a little bit compared to what they were a few years ago, which is, I don't know if they got smarter or they're just being more careful or just, you know, still winning races.
It's something to think about. Like we talked about when Dan was here for the 400 qualifier. It's like you get a little older, you have kids, your responsibilities and your priorities change a little bit. You kind of want to get home. Like you don't want to be yard sailing a truck, be stuck out in the middle of the desert all night long.
Yep.
You definitely don't want to get yourself hurt or get your navigator hurt.
Yeah.
You know, life changes, priority changes, your outlook on all of the stuff changes a little bit, and sometimes it reflects on the racetrack. And qualifying is definitely going to be the big, you know, telltale sign there.
Yes.
Of something like that, because that's usually where you hang it out the most. You know,
Yes.
you become a little bit more restraint on the racetrack during race day, but when you're doing qualifying, you usually let it all hang loose. So,
which is right now we have one of our youngest drivers, Christopher Polvardi, who is sitting in the top position by quite a bit over second place right now. Right? We know Christopher is young. Christopher is, I believe, single still because he's swiping Tinder the other day. So he's, you know, so he's got it up at the front there. Maybe a little bit less fear than some of the other people have.
Yeah. And then Toby Price himself, I mean, that guy's just an animal. He still rides motorcycles.
Yeah.
We all got smart enough and stopped riding motorcycles.
Exactly.
We know better.
Well, he finally did now. He's got a truck ride for the Dakar. So
I'm not sure that's going to keep him off a bike in general, though.
No, maybe not, yeah. Ricky Brabeck's probably not too far behind that. He's still going for the bike thing, but I wouldn't imagine he'd get in a truck at some point, too. So Sam Baldy here at number 82, going to be next off the line.
One of my personal favorite vehicles. This is a truck they built in-house, designed in-house, fabricated in-house. I just love that whole idea about it. You got to think, what drew me to off-road racing at a young age was just the, you know, how individual each vehicle was. And I remember going to like the Laughlin Desert Challenge in like the early 2000s and just seeing like all the different types of machines, different suspension setups, bodies, paints, colors, all this cool stuff. And I always just get real excited when I see something out of the norm, you know, not another 1.9 truck, not a Mason truck, not a Geyser truck, but these guys designed this truck and built it themselves thinking that they had the right, you know, potion to make a car go fast. So
yeah, and they usually have pretty good results in the truck too. It seems like it's fast most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, even back when they were running their Class 1 car, like that was always an exciting car to watch. You know, they did a lot of design work on that car themselves as well, and it was always just really cool to watch.
Yeah.
So I also enjoy seeing the same thing when it comes down to the truck.
All right, Roberto Romo Jr. is in with a 602.640. So maybe a little bit of issues there, something a little slower there.
Yeah.
602 for Roberto Romo.
We got a halftime here for Lofton with a 2:35, which is a touch faster than Tavo. So if he can get his second half of his run clean, we might have another third place guy sitting here.
There we go, Justin Lofton. And he blew that corner right there too, just like Sam Baldy did, remember?
He did.
So that cost him a couple seconds, and he still got a good time going.
Right, and it just goes to show how important every single one of these 34 turns are on this 4-mile course. Like, you gotta hit everything just right because there's 19 other dudes that might.
He just dropped a front corner off that inside of that turn too. Did you
like
see that?
a
That
man,
was a little
all
bit
right.
sketchy there.
Nah.
Stay on the gas.
That's cool. Let's see how big Mr. Sam Baldy does off this big old jumper.
I heard the brakes a little bit. It looks pretty good.
We should make it like Formula Drift, where you've got the like brake light on the visor, so everybody can tell if you check up before the jump.
So you can see who got scared. Yeah. I mean, you got to check up a little bit to set the truck up, right?
For sure.
But, yeah.
So there should be Lofton here coming through to the finish.
Yeah, let's see what Lofton's time.
Wow, he is on a sick one. Holy
Can he beat Tavo out of the
smokes.
3rd spot?
Look at the amount of material being moved behind him. Wow. Yep. There
Wow.
we go.
There you go. He did. He took it away from Tavo by 8 seconds. Wow. 5:23 for Justin Lofton. So into the 3rd position for Justin Lofton. 5:23.803.
Good run, Justin.
All right. So
Even
you
with
see
that
8
bobble,
seconds
yeah.
from 1st to 2nd. And then you got 14 seconds from 1st to 3rd. And then it's 21 seconds, 29 seconds, so the spread's out a little bit. I'm actually surprised it's that spread out between all these guys.
Right.
Qualifying's usually a little bit closer together than that.
It is. Usually it is.
Usually it's like a second or two that separates a lot of these guys, but we're seeing some big gaps today between these guys. Kind of interesting. We haven't seen that in a while. It's the Graf truck.
Yep, this should be the 58 entry of Tracy Graf, driven by Justin Bean Smith today for qualifying, as per our 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper in front of us.
Yeah.
This truck started its life as a racer engineering truck, and Justin Bean Smith and his crew converted it to all-wheel drive. They debuted it at San Felipe. They literally, I think, had like 80 test miles on it and went straight to qualifying.
Yeah, it was less than that, I think.
Yeah, and they've just been running it ever since. So, great team. They put their homework in. They work hard. Bean's one bad dude behind the wheel of anything he touches.
Yeah, he's driven everything from 16 cars to trophy trucks, everything.
Pro lights, pro buggies, all of it. Yeah, he's a bad dude, man.
Well, he's qualifying right here, so we'll see how bad he is. Let's see what kind of qualifying he is. He bad or is he bad? Like which kind of bad? You know, the good bad or is he bad?
Which one's the good bad?
I don't know. I'll let you know in a minute.
I think two bads is bad.
Yeah. That corner looks pretty good. We'll see what he does at the tire turn. The tire turn will tell us. That turn tells us a lot today.
Make or break. Well, you know what though? Not for Lofton.
No, he was able to get outside of it.
There we go.
Oh, that looked really good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah, go Bean, go.
That may have been one of the best we've seen through that corner today.
That's it. He's making traction. You got maybe that rear weight's helping him, keeps the thing planted, not sliding, not pushing.
Yeah, that was definitely good.
Yeah, all right, all right, all right. Got a whole grill full of Casey highlights there. That's a good looking truck.
Lights this race. Yeah. This is the only race.
Yeah, there we go.
Lights.
See how he navigates her up and around here, this corner here.
See?
Fast. He's moving.
Yeah.
Still moving.
Momentum.
Full forward momentum the whole time around.
Now, how much does he straighten out the next section?
He raced 1,600 cars. I'm surprised he's anywhere near the racetrack.
True. He's going hard right here.
Yeah.
There he goes.
He's going to cut left through the trees.
Going straight. The camera didn't show it, but yeah.
He's got one of them Honda lines doing his thing.
Yeah. All right, so this is going to be, who do we have over here? This is going to be Baldy truck coming in.
Yeah, it should be Baldy coming through. We have a split time for Baldy at a 2:52.
All right, so a little bit off pace there.
Yeah.
Once again, a lot of these guys remember that they have to go do 860 miles, I think, or something like that.
No, they got 2 days.
Oh, that's true.
Let it rip.
They got 2 days. Yes. Well, that drone guy got pretty ballsy right there. That was almost the end of a drone. So those branches almost took it out.
It's all right. I'm sure there's more to follow it. There's a bunch of drones. I don't even pay attention.
Yeah.
A lot of drones everywhere.
All right, into the finish for Sam Baldy.
Whoa, getting a little crossed up there.
With a 5:59, so he's in 8th position right now.
All right, here comes the number 83 with the legend himself behind the wheel, Rob McCackern. We see how he does here.
Yeah, first time that Luke McMillan hasn't qualified his own vehicle in a while.
You think he's got any fingernails left? He's chomping them all off.
Think he's watching right now, or pre-running? Or both?
Yeah, thank you, Starling.
Yes.
Probably both.
That is what's cool, is you guys could be out pre-running right now. Probably a ton of you guys are. You kind of pause for a minute and you can tune in and watch this live right now. You can watch your own truck go around.
That's a good looking truck here with the chrome and the...
Yeah, it's got the chrome look, right?
Yeah.
Even the blue, blue chrome.
Yeah, you see the blue chrome, the big M on the back. That looks good. Nice. Yeah, Rob.
All right, what can Rob do?
Go fast.
Go fast. How fast can he go? Can he
Great
knock
turn.
Christopher Polvardi off of the pole or not is the question. I think it's going to be tough.
Ooh, we got a split time for Tracy Graff entry of a 2:39. Pretty good.
Okay.
So
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, if we're
That's
going,
right around Tavo's time, 2:37.
Yep.
In fourth or fifth place. Oh, Rob almost blew the corner a little bit there. That's the all-wheel drive, though. Look at how much faster that recovers out of the corner.
Correct.
You just point it and go, and you don't have the rear end going all over the place like the two-wheel drives we saw that through that corner.
Good looking truck. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, that may have been, that was hard to tell, but that may have been the biggest jump yet.
Oh my gosh.
That sounded like he
was
definitely did
huge.
not lift.
I love it. I love it.
That was big. I wish the drone would have been on the side so we could see it, right? Like,
There you
oh,
go.
way wide.
Okay.
All right.
Same thing. Rob's got them buggy championships in the
1600
16
car
cars,
line.
yeah.
Look at that, right against it. He's going dead straight here.
That's the fastest way through. You just knocked 4 turns out of that. Wow.
All right, does he make the left? Let's see, you got to get checked up.
Gotta get it woed up. He's
Yep,
in.
yep.
He's in. He's
Oh,
the
he's good.
greatest.
This is looking pretty good. I mean,
Greatest
we're not
ever do it.
surprised at all, but this is looking very good right here for Rob McCackman.
Should have a Tracy Graff time here. Justin Bean Smith coming any minute. By minute, I mean second. Oh my gosh.
What do we got here?
We got a split time for Luke.
What's he at?
2:30.
2:30, and Polvardi was at 2:29.9.
Oh, and we have a new top 5.
Wow.
Justin Bean Smith driving the Tracy Graff 58 entry at a 5:34, sitting in the 5th place spot, knocked Kevin Thompson down. Wow, good job, Bean.
All right, so Bryce Menzies, Christopher Polvardi still first as of right now. Toby Price second, Justin Lofton, Vidosla, Graff, Thompson. And that is Dan's truck going off the line there. So that is Andy McMillan in the 23. It's going to be really hard to tell those two trucks apart. They both look
I was
almost
about
the
to
same.
say that.
More than they normally do, actually, I feel like.
Can't one of these guys have a
So
white roof or
I do
something?
know that the one is going to say the Beast on the side.
Oh,
and
that's
the
right,
other one's going to have Monster on the side.
Correct,
so that's going to be the way to tell. But from this far away, it's hard to tell because they're both blue and black with green.
I got to get my prescription checked too. I can barely see it from this close. You
Oh,
kidding me?
Andy's looking pretty fast here.
Oh yeah. So this will be a fun battle to see these two guys. How stressful do you think it's going to be if they qualify on top of each other?
No,
They battle
that's
each
not
other
ideal
all
for
day
your
long.
pits. Not ideal for your pits. They probably don't want to qualify anywhere near each other, honestly, just for the pitting situation.
There you go.
All right, so we are waiting on a time for the 83 Luke McMillan entry driven today by Rob McCackran, who is on pace with the pole sitter at the halfway mark. The question is, can Rob make up 0.5 tenths of a second in the second half?
That was a turn.
That was really good. It's going to be another good run right here at the halfway mark.
If he keeps that thing in one piece, this is going to be great.
Yeah, let's see.
There's just that group of guys. There's the Menzies, the
same guys
Andys,
all the time.
the Robs. No, I'm just talking guys that can just make a truck do things, you know, and they're just so fast and so consistent. When they're on their game, it's impressive as how fast they get these things to go.
Definitely.
The fact that they can jump straight, cold feet straight in the truck, go, and just drive that hard and that aggressive.
And they're not even their own trucks, right? They're
That
driving
too.
someone else's trucks. I mean, Andy's been driving this truck all year, but Rob McCackran has not been driving
No.
McMillan's truck all year. He's been driving the Jim Kill all-wheel drive all year. So he's been driving a totally different truck. Look, and Andy is cooking. That's Rob.
That's Rob.
That's got to be a top time. Is it
Oh
first
my
or second?
gosh.
That's the only question right now.
Second.
Second. All right.
5 minute 14 seconds. We've got a new number 2 spot.
5:14.182 for Rob McCackran. So
3
5 seconds behind
Yep.
Bryce Menzies and 3 seconds in front of Toby.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So there you go.
That's impressive. We should have a split time here pretty soon, too. Yep, 2:33. So we're 3 seconds off of what Rob just did with Andy driving. So that'll be very exciting to see how this plays out.
That's right on third, right around third place as well, yeah.
Man, they put all the excitement right here in the middle. All these guys just
I know.
jamming with each other.
Well, then we got Ampudia going next, so it's not going to get any slower.
And then Ray Griffith driving the Walser entry.
Yeah.
Holy
we got it pretty
smokes.
good here till the end.
Holy smokes.
There goes Ampudia, Alan Ampudia, another Mason all-wheel drive. So we've got 3 Mason all-wheel drives in a row going here. See what Alan Ampudia can do. Now, Alan is planning on soloing the whole race.
Oh, yeah,
so that's
I saw
pretty
that.
crazy. He's one of the, I don't know if anybody else is doing it in this class. I believe he's the only one in the trophy truck class that is going to go for the whole thing himself, him and his co-driver, Kyle Kraft. They're going to both stay in the car the whole time.
2 bad dudes, I'll tell you what.
Now, I don't know if that's a good strategy nowadays or not. It's definitely a tough strategy. The last person that did that and won, I believe, was BJ Baldwin that won in the trophy truck down here by soloing it. But nowadays, it's really tough because you got these guys that are teaming up, like for example, Rob and Luke. Like that's two
of the best
drivers.
Yeah.
So you put Luke McMillan in halfway through the race, totally fresh. Yeah. How does Alan Ampudia, after going 500 miles, how is he possibly as fresh as Luke is there?
That's true.
You know,
that's very true.
It's hard. It'd be hard to be very impressive if he can win. Definitely quite a feat to try to do nowadays. So good for Alan for trying it.
Yeah, hats
off. Good luck. Yeah. There's that corner. Not too bad. Not the best, not the worst.
I don't know, he shot out of there pretty good. Used that berm a little bit to hold it and take off.
Yeah, he didn't blow it, so that's good. So let's see, where are we?
Nice. Wow, that was fast.
Andy McMillan should be coming in about a minute or so.
See how Alan navigates this big old sender here.
Oh, we know what he's going to do.
Brakes.
That's more brakes than I thought.
Rob so far has been the only one to land into the dark dirt. Did you notice
Rob's
that?
Gone the biggest.
Rob went huge. We need
Rob
a side shot.
For sure.
If you're down here watching this, or any of you guys down there in the method tent spectating, please holler at somebody over there. We want to see the side shot of Rob jumping that big.
Yeah, somebody's got it. Tag Score International in that side shot, and we can hopefully get it for you guys and show you. Somebody's got it for sure.
That was very, very impressive.
He's going pretty straight here too.
Yeah.
So Christopher's definitely good because he didn't go as far to the right as these guys did. So Christopher's totally safe on that line.
Well, we should have an update here. Oh man, all right. The 23 entry of Dan McMillan, driven by Andy McMillan.
New podium.
No.
New podium spot.
What do you mean? Oh,
yeah, podium. Right?
Yeah, podium. Okay, I got what you're saying.
Not pole.
No, pole, not pole, podium. I'm confused here. You're confusing me. Yeah, you're right. 5 minutes, 14.8.
Andy McMillan, third place.
Okay, let's look here. So Rob McCachran's time in the Luke McMillan entry was 5 minutes, 14.182. And then Andy McMillan driving the 23 of Dan McMillan was 5:14.826.
0.7 of a second only between Luke McMillan's truck and Dan McMillan's truck, driven by Rob and Andy. That's as close as it gets, pretty much.
That McMillan housing of trucks right now is untouchable. Holy smokes.
I mean, just look at the lineup. We have Bryce Menzies, Luke McMillan, Dan McMillan, Toby Price, Justin Lofton, Tavo Vidosla. The top 6 are all Mason all-wheel drives. Same trucks, right? Same builders.
Right.
So all top 6 right now, which is no surprise after seeing this course. And here's another one right here. We got Mike Walser in the 89 with Ray Griffith driving. That's another Mason all-wheel drive. He should be pretty fast too. Now I don't know if Ray's going to push it as hard today because I know Ray really wants to get the truck to Mike.
Right.
You know, and he doesn't want to make any mistakes, and he really just wants to be smooth. So
sure.
I'm going to say that we're not going to see a top 3 time out of him today because I don't think he's driving that hard on purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is probably a good strategy.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's their strategy on race day either. On race day, like you said, they probably just want to make sure Mike gets the truck.
Yes, you know? I would. Yeah, definitely. I mean, they got 3rd place last year, so they know what it takes to get on the podium. They just need to go a little bit faster this year. But it's stressful when you're driving someone else's stuff.
Oh yeah, man.
I think it's worse than driving your own stuff.
Right.
Like some people are like, oh, it's someone else's. Just who cares? Like go for it. You're driving like you stole it. Like, no, not really. There's a lot more pressure when you have to drive someone else's stuff. When it's your own car and you brake, then it doesn't really matter. You can just get mad at yourself. When you brake someone else's car, then you feel bad, and then they're mad at you maybe. And
oh, I know.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, I know. I found myself on my roof in Grandin in something that
not
I didn't
in your
own.
car. Yeah,
exactly. Not great. Hey, there you go, Ray. That's a big old jump right there. So now we got a toss up here between Rob and Ray.
Yeah.
2 big old jumpers there, I'll tell you what. This is a great qualifying course. I love watching qualifying here.
The only thing I think they should do is I think they should make a whoop section. Like a man-made whoop section.
Yeah, that'd be
of
good.
some whoops where you
Yeah,
can actually
yeah.
like, you can charge it if you want, or you can go, take
Yeah.
it easy. Just that's the only thing this course doesn't have. It has big jumps, it has tight turns, it has sandy stuff, it has hard pack stuff. It just, there's no whoops on the course. So it'd be fun to see a little bit of whoops built into the course too. Something to upset the cars a little bit to see whose suspension is really working
kind of
good.
flew under the radar there was the
Ampudia.
Ampudia. Okay. In the 6th spot with a 5-minute, 24-second, .335.
5:24.335.
Yep, that's our
Oh
new sixth
man, that
place.
cost me $50. 'Cause
Knocked
that put him
Tavo
right
down.
in front of Tavo. It was an Allen versus Tavo bet that I had with somebody, and I took Tavo. That's okay. I got Tavo's number. I'm going to collect my $50 from him on Apple Pay after this. Tavo, get ready to send me $50.
He's going to send you Telcel cards is what he's going to do.
So that's a look at our top. So we got Bryce Menzies number 1, Luke McMillan 2nd, Dan McMillan 3rd, Troby Price 4th, Justin Lofton 5th, Ampudia 6th, Vidosala 7th, Graf 8th, Kevin Thompson 9th, and Cameron Steele holding it down in the 2-wheel drive in 10th place. The lone 2-wheel drive in the top 10.
That's my guy. I love it. A little conservative pace here from Jonathan Brenthal off the big jump.
All right, so Jonathan Brenthal. Then we're going to have one more trophy truck. It looks like Ruben Torres probably in the 63. And then it goes on to the Trophy Truck Legends, and we have 6 of those. And there's some really fast guys in the Trophy Truck Legends that a few of them could definitely give a run for the top podium spots overall, because they do mix.
Yep.
So Trophy Truck Legend, you do start where you qualify mixed in with the trophy trucks.
This is a Brenthal all-wheel drive truck. Took that corner nice and good. We'll see how he does here on the tire turn.
So we have a halfway time for Mike Walser entry, 2:35. So pretty good.
Yeah.
That's 2:35. That's right on pace with Justin Lofton, who was also a 2:35, and he's sitting in the 5th position right now.
Pretty good.
So Ray Griffith currently in about 5th position halfway through the race, or through the qualifying lap. We'll see how he does the second half. Oh, there is a Score did post a social media clip of the Luke McMillan
all right.
launch off of there.
Hey,
That's a good
that's
one.
pretty good.
So we'll see if we can bring that up for you guys. It's on the Score social media. Rob Mack driving Luke McMillan's truck off the jump. Definitely the biggest jump of the day so far. I'll try to show that to you guys in a little bit here.
Number 27 here, Jonathan Brenthal in the all-wheel drive Brenthal trophy truck. Doing good here. Navigated the tire.
There we go.
turn
Here's what we're
well.
talking about. Hey! Look at that.
That's some
Past the
hang time.
camera guy. Yeah.
That is some hang time, I'll tell you what.
Nice. Here it is again. This is Rob McCacken driving the Luke McMillan entry. Sending it as big as we've seen anybody send it today. Currently sitting in 2nd position, only behind the
that was pretty good.
top qualifier, Christopher Polvardi. So pretty cool to see some of these clips coming in from that big jump earlier.
All right, that's RJ Stidham driving the cool entry there. Polvardi going in.
That's your number 1 qualifier still. We got a couple cars left out on course right now. We got Jonathan Brenthal on course right now. And Ray Griffith just finished. He's going to be 5th.
Hey,
so there you go, Mike Walser.
Smooth Ray.
5:20.
Good run.
So 5:20.137 for Ray Griffith driving the Mike Walser truck. Mike's going to be very happy with that. Start position, 5th place there. There goes Ruben Torres, another Mason all-wheel drive, our last trophy truck off the line. But stay tuned, we have 6 trophy truck legends coming up to qualify right in line behind these guys. And the next one is going to be the Rolf Helland entry, the 37L, driven by Rick D. Johnson. Not to be confused with Ricky Johnson or the other Rick Johnson. Or Ricky Johnson that rides with Rick D. Johnson. His son is also Ricky. So Ruben Torres there, you can see, number 63. course. The only Nissan out on course today.
Had a bunch of 240s early on, but this is the only real Nissan.
Yeah. Let's see how they can do. Let's see, we have a time for Jonathan Brenthal entry halfway through, 244.7. So not bad.
That would land him in the
11th If anybody knows who's driving the 27 today, let us know. Is it one of the Dean kids driving, or is it Jonathan in there? Let us know who's driving the 27. Someone text me and let me know. Our sheet does not say. And then the 63 here is Ruben Torres driving, according to our sheet as well. Let's see if he sends it. Pretty good, not too bad. So he's making a straight line there. That line keeps getting farther to the right all the time. It's going straight across there. All right, so Jonathan Brenthal should be finishing in less than a minute or so, about 30 seconds. And we're going to have our next entry. That's the 27 right there. Brenthal coming into the finish in a little bit here. We're going to have the 37L next.
He had a pretty solid halfway time. We'll see how he does here on his overall time.
We're told it's Jonathan Brenthal in the driver's seat.
Nice. Good run, Jonathan.
There we go.
So he stacks up. I'm going to go with
Jason for that info.
9th.
Let's see. 12th.
12th.
5:49. So 5:49 for Jonathan Brenthal there.
Nice. Good run. Here's our first Legends truck off the line. Rick D. Johnson behind the wheel of the 37L. Another Mason all-wheel drive. Just cool to hear those things rev out, making the power. You know, we just spend a lot of time talking about Mason and the chassis and the this and the that, but yeah, I think like the driveline engineering that's progressed in the last couple of years, and the fact that these engines are lasting as long as they do, and drivetrain components are lasting as long as they do, and the amount of power that's put down consistently through an 800 or 1,000 mile off-road race. It's just very, very, very impressive what mechanical engineering has progressed to the sport as a whole. And, you know, I don't think you and I are ones to be able to afford this top tier engineering, but at some point in our lives, that engineering is going to trickle down, and it works its way into spec trucks and works its way into sportsman trucks, and it's just.
Well, somebody could always sponsor us for these too. That would be fine.
Oh, right. No, we can absolutely fund the racing portion of it. We can get the hotel rooms covered. My friends down at VP might give us some fuel.
We'll get VP to give us the gas.
Yeah, we'll be all right there.
We can get BFG tires.
Yeah, some of us can get BFG tires.
Yeah, what he said. Oh, he blew the tire corner. He got
speaking
another one
of
going
tires,
outside.
Took the linglongs right out wherever he got stacked up down there.
The linglongs.
A couple recaps off the semi trucks hanging off, getting ran over. But yeah, you know, back to what I was saying, it's like the technology is great. You know, you from a lower level of racing, you look up and you see all this stuff, and it seems so unobtainable. But if I go back 5 or 6 years ago when I was racing like a 1450 truck, and I'd look at a spec truck, I was like, oh, there's no way. But then you just work your way up to it, and then, oh, right, that was a good old jump
there. Well, you mean you worked your way down, because you went from a 1450 truck to a spec truck, so you actually went backwards.
It's a lateral move because the doors still do open and close. So let's be real here.
All right.
Some of us held on to the steel cab dreams, Fish. We didn't sell out for golf carts.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh man.
Oh boy, it's hard to beat them nowadays.
I know. I'm not
I wish they were qualifying here. Actually, I wish they would do the UTV qualifying.
Right.
If enough of you UTV guys racing want to do qualifying, let Jose G know. He said, we asked him before. He said he'll do it if enough of you guys want to qualify. I think the Pro and the Turbo UTV class should go out and qualify. Obviously, the Baja 1000 doesn't really matter because it's such a long race, but like at San Felipe, wouldn't you guys want to qualify? And then we have more of a show to do for you, too.
I would.
Yeah.
Got the 19L here, a 19 Industries truck. This should be driven by Ryan Arciero.
All right, so the 19L.
Something a little different. I don't know if you guys are noticing here. We see that orange sticker at the top there, a little Fox sticker on there. So that's something new here for the 19 Industry truck.
Got a little bit of a switch there?
Yeah, it looks like it. curious to see how the trucks do. I wonder if they got all the fancy new shock technology in these things, or
The live valve.
yeah, I wonder what's really going on.
We did see the land. Oh, he took out the starting ramp. Oh no, Ryan, you can't do that.
What is going on here?
Oh no.
Cats and dogs living together. What's going
God.
on? Took the sign out. The drone almost went down.
Man. No wonder why Cameron doesn't have him drive with him anymore.
It's sabotage, I'll tell you.
Oh my gosh. What kind of wheels do they run on that truck?
I think they run their own wheels.
So he's got something against method. He's got the arch there.
Oh, maybe. I'll fight him, don't you worry.
Man. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see if that's going to affect him at all or not. 19L, Ryan Arciero.
Man, those things sound mean, don't they? That's a good sounding truck.
So we should have a time for Ruben Torres here. Let me find it. He is 9th. So Ruben Torres in the 9th position, 5:34. So 5:34 for Ruben Torres.
Nice.
It was our final trophy truck qualifier. Now we're on the trophy truck Legends class. If you guys are not familiar with the Legends class, basically all the drivers in the class have to be 50 years of age or older. The co-drivers can be any age, so you can still have kids in there to change tires for you.
Smart.
But the drivers all have to be 50 or older, and that is the rule for that class.
Arciero with a little hook slide broke traction there. Almost spun her all the way around.
So we got the Tim Herbst entry with Ryan going right now. We got the Gustavo Vidosla Sr. entry, the 1L class champion next with Ricky Johnson, Supercross Ricky Johnson driving. Always very fast, definitely one that could compete for the top 5 or top 3 spots out there today.
There you go.
That was a big
That is a big one.
That may have been bigger than the GOAT.
It may have been. There was one I just saw. Who just went?
Hard to tell. He did pretty good on that corner too.
I want to say the 37L, the Rick D. Johnson jump was pretty big too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to go back. Hopefully Score can create some cool cornucopia of big jumps for us all, for our viewing pleasure later on today.
Yes, we need jumps, we need lots of excitement.
Big dirt explosions.
Yes. So Ryan looked pretty fast here.
Yeah, absolutely. When doesn't that guy look
Taking a
fast?
Straight line.
That's one fast fella.
There is Ricky Johnson getting ready to start in the 1L. About to go off the line any second. We have a halfway time for the 37L. They're at 2:40, so that's not too bad there.
No.
37L.
Did we get the arch
just
fixed? Is the big
finished.
question.
Okay, so the 37L, Ralph Holland did just finish with Rick D. Johnson driving. They're in the 11th position.
All right.
So 5:39 for them. 5:39.037.
Oh my.
So we have next on the line is going to be the 61L, David Payne, after the Vidosla entry. Oh no!
Oh
Is that Ryan?
no! In the
He's
in
corner,
the
and
trees.
He's in the trees. Can he get out? I see a bunch of trees moving. This is like Jurassic Park when the dinosaur's coming through the thing, like you don't know what's actually going on there. Oh no, is he stuck? Oh no, this is definitely not good for Ryan.
Go, buddy, go, buddy, go.
Oh, he's good. He's got it. That is soft. Oh no, he's
done.
High centered there. Oh no. All right, so this is a problem because we have the other trucks on course coming now. They're going to have to get a rerun. They're going to have to get a car down there to pull him out because I don't think that thing's going anywhere. That's a two-wheel drive truck. Nope. What is this? The Baja Fade? This is like the GTA.
Wasted.
Is this the GTA wasted right here?
I think that's exactly what's
oh
going on.
my God, I
here.
feel bad for laughing, but oh man.
Oh man,
That is totally
sorry.
GTA wasted.
Right. We got this on camera? Yeah, we do.
There's a replay of it.
Oh no.
Okay, so what did he do? Came in the corner.
Oh, just hit that G out there and it carried the nose out of it.
Just a little too hot and it went straight, didn't turn.
Man.
It's just so soft right there. It just blew right through the little bit of right-hand corner and went straight into the bushes.
Darn it.
Oh man.
What an unfortunate spot to get stuck.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Oh, there we are. No, here we go.
All right, so the thing is, we're going to have Gustavo is going to get another run here because they're obviously going to come around the corner right there. you know, whoever's on the Ricky Johnson crew, let them know that there's a stuck truck up ahead and not to come blasting into them right here, because they're definitely going to get another rerun here. So Gustavo Badosla.
Oh, were we supposed
Ricky
to make
Johnson
a hairpin
driving.
right, or does it go straight through here? It's kind of hard to tell what the course was supposed to be doing.
I don't know. Yeah, is that
It's
supposed
pretty,
to be that
it's
way?
pretty rutted out, like at the hairpin right, but it's also pretty rutted out going straight. So there's a green marker there. So
Yeah.
let's see.
We'll see what happens here in a second if he's on the right side of the course or not.
Ah, man.
Does the course go to the right there, or does the course go straight? That is the question. That's definitely looking pretty soft up the hill.
Right,
from
right.
where
They've
he
been
is,
driving
right
up
in
that,
front
yeah.
of him. Yeah.
Dang, what an unfortunate situation.
All right, so this is one disadvantage that the two-wheel drives clearly have. Look, he's stopped, telling him to stop, telling him to stop. Heads up, heads up, heads up. All right. So Ricky Johnson might actually, if he wants to, he might actually be able to pull him out right here. Because that is an all-wheel drive truck. He could literally hook the strap up on the back and back up and pull him out. But that's very
Yeah, I would not do that with a race car.
Right?
Yeah. That's
We'll
scary
see.
business.
We'll see what he wants to do.
On
If
race
anything,
day,
I
for
would
sure.
flip around.
Yeah, on race day for sure, but
Yeah.
they can get this thing. They got the onboard jacks and all that stuff to get it up a little bit, put some sandboards down, jump
You
the
can see
thing
the
up and
Jack's
forward.
going up
Yeah.
right now. Yeah, Jack's going up on the driver's side.
Man, what a bummer.
That is a bummer. So now we're going to be in a bit of a hold here, because you can see obviously Ricky Johnson's time is affected here at this point. So
And
he's going to get a re-rack.
And Ricky Johnson was sitting at a 2:33 at the halfway point.
He had a really good run going
Yeah,
halfway
he
through.
did.
But he has no choice now because he's stopped.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you're able to get around someone and still finish the lap, they'll ask you, hey, do you want to use your time or do you
Yep.
want to go again?
Correct.
Clearly here he's not going to use his time because he's losing a massive amount of time sitting here. I think he's going to pull him out.
Maybe.
I think he's going to pull him. Yeah, I think he's going to pull him here. We'll see. This is kind of interesting to watch. Is he going for the strap? I bet he's going for the strap right here on the back of the truck.
Looks like it.
Ricky's going to hook it up to the front and yank him backwards.
So here, this is a perfect example of what really happens in desert racing. Like
Yeah,
this is
here
what
you go.
see
I mean,
all
that's
the time.
that's cool. That's good sportsmanship right here.
Yeah. Talk about Baja karma points.
They're looking for somewhere to hook it on the front. There's not a lot of spots to hook it. They don't have a bumper on that truck that sticks out really far either, so it's kind of hard to hook it anywhere, huh?
Right. Yeah, wrap around the control arm maybe or something like that.
Oh, you have to pull it. They have panels that cover the lights on a lot of these trucks nowadays, so you don't ruin your lights right away, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what you see him pull off there. That most likely was the panel that covered the bumper and the lights in the front of the truck.
Maybe on like butterfly Zeus's so you can take it out.
Yeah, it comes off real easy. All right, so now they're gonna hook it up.
Do we get a time credit?
Yeah, does he get a bonus? Bonus credit here?
That is a thing. So if you're unfamiliar with off-road racing, there are situations where if there's a downed rider, somebody hurt or what have you, and you stop your race to help that person out, if you keep track of the time that you spent helping that person out, you now with trackers and all that, they can kind of
Yeah, it's all automated now.
It's
that we look at
automated,
it.
yeah. You go back after the race, you go to time and you let them know, like, hey, you know, I stopped what I was doing to go help these guys out, whatever, get them out of a bad situation, and you'll get that time credited back on your overall time.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, you know, if you're finishing mid-pack or what have you, you don't really think about it, or you don't worry about it, but you know, if you're in that top 3, top 4 spot, and you know, maybe you had to stop to help a motorcycle guy out, or you know, whatever you got to do, you can absolutely get some of that time back, and it gets reaccredited to your overall time.
Yes. All right. So the question is, are they going to be able to get that truck off the berm and get the back end over enough? Because once he gets back in the main line, I think he'll be able to just drive right up it.
I would
right
think
there.
so too.
He should be okay.
He's got high centered right there in the middle. You can see how deep that rut is.
Yeah. They just need to get him up over the berm, back on track, and then he should be able to go. Now Ryan is not going to get another run. So
No.
this was his own fault. We saw what happened there. He's not going to get a rerun. Ricky Johnson driving the 1L right there will get a rerun 100%. So he'll get to go again.
Absolutely. This is exciting. I feel like we're on like the Rubicon Trail.
Well, we saw
or
some
something like
action
that.
finally,
Yeah.
right? Like it was too easy all day today. It was just everybody was just cruising around, and then we finally got some action.
Yay!
There we go. All right.
Teamwork, huh?
So just pulling back down here. Now it's hard to tell elevation again from this angle, but that is a hill right
Yeah,
there. It's
yeah.
not a straightaway, obviously. So it's got a bit of a hill to go up there.
And you can see like right there where the dark dirt's at, you can almost see right where Arciero hit that, maybe popped the nose up a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe just unloaded the truck and then landed himself into those trees.
Just carried a little bit too much speed into it and just blew
Right.
through the corner, basically.
Correct.
Well, the good thing here is he's not going to have to worry about getting a penalty for hitting the arch at the start anymore. that is out of play now.
Yeah, that's true. Poor Ryan. It's okay though.
It's a long race, very
Yeah,
long race.
yeah.
And there's only 6 that are qualifying in their class. So
Correct.
they're only going to start 6th instead of possibly 1st. They're only 5 spots back from where they possibly would have been. They are going to be behind other trophy trucks though. So they're going to be behind all the regular trophy trucks physically. All right, so he's going to back up a little bit more, try to get a little bit of a better angle on the hill here.
If anything, I feel bad for the crew guys. They gotta clean that truck. You know how dirty that thing is now, sitting in the silt like that?
It's full of silt everywhere.
Man.
The good thing is, how long do they have to clean the truck?
2 days!
2 days.
All right.
All right, so now Ryan's just got to get up the hill, just get it back, go back, get the truck cleaned up, come back on Friday, and start the race on Friday and keep it smooth. That's all you can do at this point.
It's a long race. Got a lot of miles ahead of you, a lot of kilometers ahead of you.
Yes, a lot of kilometers. All right, there you go. So no problem going up the hill here, it looks like. Stay to the right. All right, now he's good. Bummer. Good thing is like we said, it's the Baja 1000. It's not San Felipe. If this was San Felipe, you'd be a little bit more screwed because it's such a short race, but this is a really long race. So just get it back to the finish and get going. So next off the line, it should be the 61L David Payne entry is going to be next off. Then we're going to have Clay Lawrence with Larry Rossler driving. Then we're going to have Wade Porter, and then we will have Ricky Johnson will get to go again.
Gets his rerun.
We'll get his rerun at the end there. So stick around. We're going to have a very fast driver as our last driver going today to close out the day. Could potentially be top 5 or higher in the overall driver. We'll see. Now, he did get another half of a lap of pre-run, right? So he's got another half a lap experience, which kind of is good and bad. Your truck has a half lap more on it now, so that's maybe bad, but then you have another half lap, you got to maybe do something different that you didn't do so well.
Exactly.
All right, and here's what the results are looking like so far. So this is our trophy truck class earlier. Now remember, the legends could be mixed into this. They're not on this board right here. Yeah. So we have Bryce Menzies #1, Luke McMillan, Dan McMillan, Toby Price 4th, Mike Walser 5th, Justin Lofton 6th, Alan Impudia 7th, Tavo Vidosla 8th, Ruben Torres 9th, and Tracy Graff is in 10th right now. There will be some legends mixed in there, potentially.
Potentially.
Yeah. So we have all-wheel drives actually now in the top 10.
You, sir, are
Cameron
correct.
Steele
Poor Cameron.
got bumped down.
It's all right.
He's in 13th.
It's all right.
But he likes 14th or he likes 16th. Those are both good numbers for Cameron. So if he gets bumped to 14th or 16th, probably rather be there than 13th. It's usually not too good of a number for some people. So yeah, maybe Cameron will get bumped. He's hoping he gets bumped down 1 more or 2 more or 3 more. All right, so yeah, but pretty much that's the only action. That's the first action we've seen of somebody make a mistake or anything happen today.
Right. Spec Trucks this morning was super mellow, kind of boring, if you will. I mean, it's exciting.
It's too easy.
It's too easy. Yeah. We didn't want to jinx it or nothing.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for Ryan, started off with a bang, took the arch down, and then stuffed the thing into the sand.
Yeah.
So, but it gave us something to talk about, something to look at, something to watch.
It did.
We do have a couple more trucks to go after that, and we will, like you said, the last driver will be Ricky Johnson.
Yep.
Putting down a heater.
And next off the line will be another legend, the David Payne, the 61L. Some of you guys might know some of those guys on that team from the Monster Jam. They're monster trucks on that team. So that's kind of a cool, they got Liam O'Donnell over there.
There it is. I love Liam.
Got a lot of,
the USAC guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's usually helping those guys out or racing with them.
Yep.
The David Payne and them. And I hear they might be getting a little bit of a truck upgrade for next year too. So you guys stay tuned for that whenever they announce that. Yeah. Might have a couple more wheels spinning or something.
The dude Liam's super cool. He's a real smart guy. All the USAC stuff. You always want to make friends with the officials. Always make friends with the officials. But that was a real friendship. He's a nice guy. Super cool dude.
All right, so we're just waiting for the course to get clear right now, and then we can probably show you guys the start line too, and then we'll see when they get going here. But it should just be a couple minutes, and the 61L will take off on their timing or on their timed run. You can see them. They're getting lined up there behind the arch. It's going to be David Payne. They're just going to wait for Ryan to get off the course, Ricky to get down the course a ways, and we will go back. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more cars, including Ricky, that are going to go today, and that will finish out our qualifying. If you guys did not join us earlier, we have, let me me see, where did the spec results go? So the trophy truck specs earlier, we had Justin Davis that took the top spot. We got Stephen Beal in second, Mason Cullen in third, EJ Herbst in fourth, Travis Williams in fifth, Jose in sixth, Bryce Swaim in seventh. Sorry, I'm trying to read down my list here. Brent Fox in eighth, Maverick Gaunt in ninth, and Thor Herbst in 10th. That is your top 10. There was 20 cars that qualified earlier in that.
It's a pretty good group of drivers. It's pretty cool to see, like, I don't know. It's just exciting when you hear the names. You're like, oh yeah, fast guy, fast guy, fast guy. And you're like, any of these guys could potentially win in the spec truck category.
Yes.
Any of these guys could potentially pull off a win. And all of them have won races in certain places or different whatever.
Yeah, most of those top 10 that we've just read have had really good results before. Yeah. So here, this is a look at Ryan's race or run earlier. Didn't start off so well. Took out the arch right away and a tire or two. But yeah, Ryan's going to want to forget that one. That's okay. It happens to the best of them.
Right. Not the best luck for the 19 truck. Yeah, I think, what was that, the 400 qualifier or was it the 500 qualifier?
Oh, yeah. It got
rolled over. Yeah.
Yep. And that truck has a lot of horsepower. They got one of the Gibbs engines in there. Maybe it's got too much horsepower. There we go. We got David Payne out on course now in the 61L. He is headed out on his timed run. So we're back. We're live. We got timed runs going once again. Only a couple left, so stay with us for a couple more runs. And behind him is going to be the Clay Lawrence 85L with Larry Rossler, another Baja legend. He's been around here forever.
A time or two.
Always fun to see Larry back out there.
David Payne here in the 61L, driving a Brenthal Industries trophy truck. For those of you at home, if you want to try and help differentiate between the truck chassis, usually the telltale sign will be the way the spares are set up in the back of the truck. You'll see there are some similars, like the backs of the Masons look a little similar to the 19 Industries with the stacked spares, also similar to a Racer, but when you look at a Mason, it's a little bit wider, body shapes are different, where the exhaust comes out and all that stuff. But most of the Brenthals have the stand-up spares like an old style Jimco next to the fuel cell there. The Geysers will have the angled spares off the side, sitting side to side.
Yep.
The Tiscos will be side to side but sitting straight up and down. And then, like I said earlier, the 19 Industries have the stacked spares, which is kind of earlier done by it's like the Racer Engineering, Porter Crew, those guys doing spares that way. And then, yeah, same thing with the Masons. They're stacked spares. But the Masons fuel cell is the full width of the bedside. It's a big old fuel cell. And then it kind of seems to be more rectangular shape and square to the whole chassis, whereas the 19 Industries tapers in a little bit more towards the bumps.
Yeah, that's one way you can tell the difference when we're watching too, right?
Right.
See
Yeah, it's like you and I know. You see the number, you see the body, you know the fronts of the trucks, you know which truck's which.
Yeah.
For those of you at home who maybe don't have the best understanding of which chassis is which, that's a pretty easy giveaway.
Definitely. All right, so David Payne out on course. We should have a halfway time for him in just a minute, and then the 85L should be starting any second. And you can see, there you go, there's our final three trucks right there. We got the 85L, the 53L, and then that is Ricky Johnson stacked up there once again in the 1L for his rerun.
Perfect.
And that was cool that he helped get Ryan out, because that might have taken a long time if we had to try to get a recovery vehicle out there, and that might not have worked out so well, because that was a pretty soft, steep hill there. So it was good we had an all-wheel drive car out there to do that. So shout out to Ricky Johnson for keeping things moving along today. I think he just gave him the 5 or the 10-second symbol there. The 85L. Larry Rossler off the line. There we go. Now Larry is down here. We saw the Herbst Truggy is back down here in action, right?
Speaking of LR,
Speaking of that is the guy right there driving that truck that was part of most, if not all, of those wins in the Herbst Truggy back in the day. So Troy Herbst and Larry Rossler right there were always teamed up in the Truggy, one of the most dominant vehicles ever built. Pretty cool to see it back out here. They're not racing. A bunch of people have asked if they're racing or not. What's funny is that Truggy is actually not legal in any class and score right now besides Sportsman.
Right.
Because it has a solid rear axle, so it's not legal in Class 1 where it used to race.
Right. It doesn't have fenders.
Panels in the front, and it has no body in the front, so it's not legal in Trophy Truck. so they couldn't even race the Truggy if they wanted to right now, which is kind of funny. I think they should get an exemption if they wanted to race in either of those classes. The Truggy would be exempt, I'm pretty sure. But they're just down pre-running, so cool to see it back here, and cool to see Larry still driving out there, currently in the 85L right there. Oh, kind of a little bit, almost blew the corner a little bit there, it looked like. Had to check
I think this late in the day, those turns are getting all built up. There's a big two groove there. So if you don't hit that turn just right, you're going to find yourself in quite a predicament trying to make it around that corner. Tire turn here.
Has he got one spare in there or no spares? One maybe?
Probably one, I would think.
Pretty good around the tire turn, not too bad. All right, so David Payne halfway is at a 3:15 right now. So he's just cruising. Clay Lawrence entry, 85L. No real big surprises at the top today.
No.
It's kind of the same guy. It's really the same 5 guys or so that win all of these races all the time nowadays.
Yeah, that's
it,
yeah.
It really is. If you look at the results for the past few years, it's the same guys at the top. And it's just it's impressive how dominant a lot of these guys can be. And a lot of them are in the same equipment now.
Right.
So it's not like anybody has a ton different equipment between the guys that are winning all the races. They're all in Mason all-wheel drive trucks, pretty much at Baja. And yeah, it's fun to watch. I hope that this racing stays close to this race.
Yeah.
Last year, just looking at the results from last year, it was a little bit spread out. We did have about a minute and a half between Bryce Menzies, who won last year, and Luke McMillan, who was second. But then it was almost an hour back to third place last year, and that was Mike Walser. So I'm hoping that we have some close racing the whole way this year with more than 2 trucks. Hopefully.
And I would think so. Like we were talking about, if you look at this top 10 order, all these guys have the potential to win this off-road race.
Definitely.
They all do. And it all comes down to whether they have issues or what have you, if they have to stop the truck for any means.
Yes.
And yeah, it's like, could you imagine all 10 of these guys just running each other's bumpers for 1,000 kilometers?
Yeah, that would be awesome. All right, so we have Mikey Lawrence. Oh, no, that's not Mikey Lawrence. That's the 85. I'm waiting for an 85L time. And a 61L time. Oh, we did have the 19L did finish in 13 minutes and 49 seconds.
Wow.
So they did get an official finish there.
Longest lap so far.
So they would be ahead if anybody DNF'd. They would be ahead of them. So I guess that's why he finished.
53L here of Wade Porter, another Brenthal Industries truck.
It's just Wade Porter, and then we only have one more car to go, but I would sit and wait around because it definitely is a fast one. And the guys sitting at the top are going to be keeping an eye on the next car to go, that's for sure. Ricky Johnson.
Yeah, we could have an upset because, like you spoke earlier, they do mix the L's with the regular trophy trucks.
Yes, for the start, yeah.
So there is a potential that Ricky Johnson in the Gustavo entry could bump somebody at the very top.
Oh, I think it's more than possible. It's just how far up in the top is it going to happen? Say top 5 probably? We'll see. Can it be top 3? I don't know.
I bet you he breaks into the top 5.
I would think so.
Yeah,
if he has a clean run.
He has a good clean. Oh no, Wade Porter
really blew the corner.
Oh no.
There. Look at there's less tires all the time there, right?
Yeah.
All right, David Payne has finished with a 7:02. So 7:02.794 for David Payne.
Yeah. See how the old 53L of Wade Porter does off the big jump.
It's actually a really good jump, the way that jump is built. Like, that's a nice jump, right? Like, you can feel pretty confident sending it off of that thing, that the truck's going to fly pretty good. It's not a kicker.
Right.
It's a decently built jump.
Nice.
All right, so who do we have here? This is the Lawrence
LR,
truck. 85L. Larry Rossler.
Oh boy. This is that same spot we saw earlier today where things kind of get a little tight. You kind of chicane back and forth, and if you push too hard, you end up doing exactly that.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder why he wouldn't go straight right there. That must be a big ditch or something we can't see right there. Because from this angle, it looks like he would go straight.
Or Jose G's right there.
That's true.
Could be watching. That might be the 10-second spot.
That may be the 10-second spot from earlier.
So this will be the time here. Just coming into the finish. We got 2:48 for a midway time. See where it stacks up. Probably top 10, I would think, maybe.
15th.
15th. Can't be right all the time. All right, here we go.
All right, the final run of the day.
Solid turn. Honestly, that was a cleaner start than his initial one.
Was it?
Yeah, he kind of spun tires too much in the soft and then was like bogging because he had upshifted through, so it looks like he's got a little bit more speed under him.
So 5:54.640 for Clay Lawrence with Larry Rossler driving. That puts him in the 15th position, second in their class, and they will start 15th overall on Friday.
Nice. So Ricky does through here. Nice and tight through the 180. We're going to go to another 180 left, then we've got our treacherous tire turn.
Yeah, one more tire turn. Let's see if he can stick it.
Most of the guys in the top 5 have made that tire turn pretty smooth, so let's see how he does here.
I'm going to have another social clip for you guys. One of our racers from earlier after this run here. We'll play it, but we're going to watch Ricky Johnson on his final run, the final run of the day. There's a tire turn. There's not many tires left.
Hey, there we go.
That looks good.
Like I said, smoother than his first run, so maybe he benefited a little bit from having to stop.
Definitely looking good, looking smooth so far.
I love that angle of that turn right there. Watching him come all the way around, sliding the whole thing.
Yeah.
Back down into here. See how he does off the big old jump.
Looking good. Let's see.
Pretty good.
Set up and then set it up and went for it. Pretty good. How's he do here? Does he go wide?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh
way
wow.
wide.
Way
he hit
wide.
that pretty hard down there.
Holy smokes, he's on a sick one, I'll tell you what.
That's pretty good. Let's see what his time is at the halfway point in a minute. Oh, I wonder if our time's going to be... Oh, our time's going to be messed up on here.
Oh, because he's... Oh, no.
We're going to have to wait for them to fix the time on the official timing here because it's putting him at 12 minutes.
Oh, no.
Oh. All right, we're going to have to try to hopefully get a contact with somebody at the finish there to get a good finish time for you guys on this thing, or maybe they'll fix it before he comes into the finish. But our live timing is showing him at 12 minutes right now.
Luckily enough, too, well, not luckily, but with him being the last runner, we get to follow along pretty good. Like we had said earlier with the spec trucks, if you're the last truck off the line, you're going to get the most footage.
We should be following him all the way to the finish. There's Wade Porter right there.
Here's that spot we talked about earlier. If you carry a little bit too much momentum into the chicane right to left, ends up putting you into the wall.
Can you go
there.
straight right there?
No way.
Oh,
There's a big wall.
Yeah, so you couldn't tell from the higher angle that there's a wall. Yeah.
Right. And then you got a little canyon there. Like I said, elevation is hard to show when it comes to drones.
It really is. The drones are cool, but you can't see any of the terrain with a drone. It just looks flat all the time.
We've all seen those videos on the internet, the GoPro effect, where you think you're doing something amazing and you watch the GoPro footage.
And it looks like nothing.
Same thing here with the drones.
All right, so into the finish for Porter here. Wade Porter.
All right.
And he is in the 21st position with a 6:13.9.
Solid run.
6:13.900. Currently third in class, 21st overall. Here's Ricky Johnson, our final car on course today. Got a re-rack because Ryan Arciero had a little off-course incident in front of him.
Beautiful setup there.
That looks pretty good.
Wow.
I'm bummed that the timing thing's not working right on here right now. We're going to have to wait and see what the official time is here, but it looks fast so far.
I see a Tuba F-150 and a high rev Jason Sequoia.
Oh, there you go. What's up, Tuba and Jason?
Talk about the highlights of the qualifier here.
Oh, of course, on the last one of the day.
All right. Wow, look at all that dust.
All right, so what is Ricky's time going to be? The question is, are we going to have a time for him at the finish, or are we going to have to wait until later to find out his time? There's Rancho Nelson. That's a cool shot. It kind of gives you an idea of the whole course there, how the elevation changes quite a bit on this qualifying course today. I know we've been talking about it all day, but it is a pretty cool spot to hold qualifying. It just needs some whoops. Then it would have a little bit of everything.
They'll develop over time. You just watch that downhill section right there on the braking bumps.
Yeah, right.
They're starting to chatter up. Here's that spot we talked about earlier where you got to kind of hold yourself here.
All right, well, we'll have to say the drones and the cameras have been pretty solid all day long.
Yeah,
so
amazing.
Great job to all of the drone and camera crew out there. If you're going to have a problem, it's okay to have it on the last guy of the day.
Right.
Better than the first guy of the day.
Yeah. This is coming right here into the finish. Oh my gosh.
He's looking fast.
It's just an all-out sprint right there.
We need a time. All right, somebody get us a real time, because on the qualifying thing it says 15:48 on the live timing. Clearly, that is not his real time. So we will
impressive.
We'll keep an eye on the qualifying page here and see if that updates at some point here in the next couple minutes while we're still on air with you guys.
I'd have to guess that's a top 5 run for sure. Like absolutely. No,
it's got to be a top 5, right? I didn't see him mess up anywhere that we saw. We were watching almost the whole run.
I would think so for sure.
All right.
Smooth, fast, all that.
Well, I think we have a little clip from Brent Fox earlier, who was in the Trophy Truck Spec qualifying.
Brent Fox, driver of the 282 truck. Today is Tuesday, something 24, 11th or 12th. We just got done with qualifying. We were first off the line. We had a pretty decent run. Haven't seen times yet, but Cisco was just here telling us that I think the truck right behind us got us by pretty good. But we had a pretty decent run. We won't be the top guy, but we'll should be. My guess is 7th, 8th, something like that. So we should be pretty decent sitting off the line. We're heading out of here, and we'll probably go run the start. Can't run the start yet. We'll hit race mile about 30, run it down to the coast again today, and then tomorrow do probably about the same thing. Run it down to about 220. It's down to San Quintin where we'll do that driver's change. Check with you later, and we'll check back maybe tomorrow, something like that. Do another one of these before race day. Thanks. Brent Fox, driver of the 282 truck.
That was a look in with Brent Fox earlier.
I love listening to that guy talk. Dude, what a positive dude. We had spoke earlier during the spec truck racing that he races pretty much every race possible. He's got
every off-road race in every series pretty much.
He's just in the dirt all the time, having fun, great positive attitude. I love that guy. I always hope the best for him and best results and best all that stuff. So
definitely a cool guy. Speaking of results, I think we're going to show a couple leaderboards real quick. So this is, now we don't have the time for Gustavo Vidosola's truck that we just saw. So he very well is going to be, I guarantee you he's going to be on this board. It's just where. Right. So Bryce Menzies number 1, Luke McMillan 2, Dan McMillan 3, Toby Price 4, Mike Walser 5th, Justin Lofton 6th, Alan Impudia 7th, Tavo Vidosola 8th, Ruben Torres 9th, and Tracy Graff 10th. That is your top 10, but like we said, Gustavo Vidosola Sr. is going to be on that top 10 leaderboard somewhere for sure. We just don't know where. Right. In the Trophy Truck Legends, we have Ralph Holland, Clay Lawrence, Wade Porter, David Payne, Tim Herps, and Gustavo Vidosola. That is not a correct time, so don't look at that number 6 one. He is going to be way higher than that once we get the time fixed, because he got to do a rerun. So here's the schedule for the rest of the week. Starting tomorrow, contingency is going to be open for technical inspection at 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow and Thursday. So we have 2 days of contingency. So hopefully it doesn't get too backed up and it makes it a little easier for everybody to go through. Then on Friday, bright and early at 12:15 a.m., we're going to have the moto and the quads start down in town. Then you can sleep in a little bit if you're not following the moto and quads. We have the 4-wheel class start at 9 a.m. And then the estimated moto finish is 3:30 p.m. and the estimated trophy truck finish is around 1:30 a.m. on Saturday morning. Wow. It's going to be a long one.
It's a lot of racing.
A lot of racing to go.
Time in the truck for the Impudias for driving by himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, we would like to thank everybody for tuning in today. Thank you to our sponsors today. Yeah.
It's a pretty good look here at the Method Race Wheels lounge they had set up during qualifying. Pretty cool deal. Boyd's set up there with a big screen TV, and they were watching you and I from down there at the track. So cool way for the drivers, between their runs, after the run, before the run, to kind of sit down, hang out, have some coffee, do whatever, and watch the live stream and be a part of it. Because something normally you'd have to be in your chase truck or at home or at your computer or whatever. When you're on the racetrack, you don't see any of that stuff. So definitely a cool thing by Method. Thank you guys very much for that, and thanks for spreading awareness of the live stream.
All right, and speaking of live stream, we will be back. Score will be broadcasting all those events that we just said on the schedule, and then tune in on Friday for the race, and they'll be broadcasting live all day for that. I will also be doing my own updates like I always do on my Fishgistics channel, so tune in to Fishgistics either on YouTube or on social media, and I'll be doing my hourly updates every hour on the hour, just like I always do. Nick will be watching along with everybody, rooting for his friends.
I'll be listening in and working in my garage. I got a truck to prep for Rage the River. Biggest race of the year.
All right, there you go. Yeah. All right, well, I hope you guys had fun watching today. We had a good time bringing it to you guys. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thanks to all the racers who are out there that put on a show for us today. I would like to wish everybody the best during the race, and everybody stay safe down there, especially you chasers out on the highways. Be very careful this race. This is a long one. When you guys are driving at night, if someone gets tired who's driving, switch out drivers. You don't need to try to see who's coolest, who can drive the chase truck the longest. Switch out the driver. All right, let the other guy take over. If you get a little tired, pull over, get some coffee. It's not worth being stupid and dumb out there on the chase roads. That is the most dangerous part of the Baja 1000 is the chase roads. So just be smart in the middle of the night. This is a long race. It's going to be through Saturday. You know, most of you guys aren't going to finish until Saturday in the daytime, for a lot of you guys. So just be smart and be safe. And I think that's it for us here. We're going to sign off. So we'll see you guys in a couple days.
Thank you, guys. Power and enough bite, he just pulled right through that corner and knocked the top of that berm.
And that corner right there was one of the hardest corners, really. We saw a lot of people blow that corner, and you saw that truck just, like you said, when you're in the corner, you get back up.
The ultimate adventure tool, with all the storage to hold even more adventure tools. The all-new adventure-ready Bronco Sport.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Let's meet up at the compound group up.
At 10-4. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good, little driver, straight on through.